up, everybody? Welcome to Patreon episode of Flagrant 2. Assholes, how are you? It's your boy Schulte, Akash Singh, Alex Media, Mark Gagnon. Taylor is not in the building. You're welcome. Okay? Now, listen, Mark said something at the beginning of this podcast that I thought was an absolute lie, joke, when I've been reading it the last couple days.
Okay.
You said that, you said that there's no more Muslim ban.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that we got rid of that.
You thought we banned the ban?
Yeah, I thought the ban was over.
That's what I thought too.
Where is the ban?
I didn't realize that. Like, they were saying Biden overturned mad shit that Trump did. I didn't know half
Mark,
the shit
during
was
the
there.
Netflix special, we order halal guys at least 30 times. There's been no Muslim ban. I'm being 100% serious. Where's the Muslim ban? We got UFC fighters going to Abu Dhabi every weekend.
That's true.
They got to come back.
They were banned from coming from Syria or whatever, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
we
like-
should still have that. We're not going to let them. We're just going to let open war zones fly to America?
Yeah.
I think we're not gonna, but we're not writing it out anymore. Now it's we know the deal.
So it's not a ban, but you can't get on the
we
plane.
know what time it is.
I think he
You know
just
what I
changed
mean?
the name. I bet you he just changed the name.
What do you call it? The Taliban?
Hey!
Hey-oh!
This guy's got the jokes over here. Buddy's slinging jokes.
Oh man, that was good.
Come
That's great.
on. Bro, come on.
Nah, if you come, you just get turned away, low key.
Yeah. Yeah, back the way it used to always be.
The way it was all, yeah.
Yo, this is the good old days, man. The good old days.
Uh-huh.
That's what Biden's bringing back.
It's the good old days where we say everybody's equal, but it's not.
But we're not.
But at least we say
we
it.
say it.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
It's a nice relief, dog. It was too much openness for the last 4 years of. Now you're not equal. I'm gonna write it out. Oh boy.
Now, here's the thing. In order for us to get to the bottom of this Muslim ban being lifted,
Yeah.
I think it's only right that we call up the regular Flagrant 2 Muslim expert.
Yes.
Okay? Al, can you make a phone call for us, please? Thank you very much. It's important we get this gentleman on the line. It's been a while since he's been on the line. He's been involved in some big news recently, not the terror attack that happened in Iraq.
Well,
we don't know his
Yeah,
involvement.
unconfirmed.
Hello!
I mean,
What up? What up?
How are you, my friends?
I'm chilling, man.
We heard that there was a tragic terror attack in Iraq this yesterday, so we figured we'd get the details from you. How'd you pull it off?
Hey, they don't like my black ass out there any more than they do here.
so that's why you did it, huh?
Ah, this looks like motive.
Yeah, we got a
I
motive.
think we described motive. So Amin, you are a free man now in America.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't mean that in terms of like the Trump administration being over. I mean that in terms of there's no Muslim ban.
Yeah.
The Muslim ban is over. But was there ever really a Muslim ban? What has changed? I mean, we got to get to the bottom of this.
The country.
Who?
I said there's a reason I never left the country.
Because you wouldn't be allowed back in.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
You know what is impressive, I mean, is you somehow
Was
managed to look more like a terrorist than me.
don't compliment yourself too hard. Man.
Okay,
You
so
you look pretty sus.
can
Yeah,
you
fair.
see us right now?
I can see Al.
You just see Alex? Okay, sorry about that. Look, we need to understand two things. Obviously, you're leaving ESPN, which we're very excited. We just heard about that as well. But two, the Muslim ban thing. So basically, Muslims can leave America and then come back. Is that the deal? Like, how has this changed?
So the big thing was that they were harassing and holding back people on the return. There were people with green cards, right? There
Yeah.
were people who with like legal visas, like me,
You never
who
know.
were being detained.
You never
Who were
know.
being
homie.
detained on
You never know,
re-entry.
And never forget.
And we never forget, bro. That's facts. Okay, you getting cocky with that beard. That's all I see. That's all I see. You leaning into this shit. It's a little too much. You know what I mean? You in a red neighborhood. You don't rock the blue flag. You feel me?
Yo, let me just say right now, man.
Okay.
I'm hearing things about you guys that
Whoa!
I'm not. I'm things are changing too fast for me. Things are changing too fast. First
Yo.
of all, Al's
go.
a multimedia mogul now. That's what we doing. That's
Al's a
Man.
multimedia mogul.
I mean, that sounds nice.
Yeah, that's it. Multimedia mogul. He's not adding another M to that. Okay? Muslim
And then-
is not something that I will allow him to change it to.
Al, convert right now. Do it right now. Allah will bless you.
Yeah, he really has taken good care of you guys throughout the world.
All right, no, so go on. What else have you heard?
Well, I mean, I haven't heard. I've seen what's happened with you with your Netflix glow up. All of a sudden now it's like I can't even get a Schultz response in under 12 hours.
Wow.
Honestly, bro.
Like at
You done
least a
switched
12-hour
up.
waiting period before I get a response back.
Honestly, if you still had the at Amin ESPN, I'd get back to you immediately. But now that it's at Amin Independent, I really don't know what to say. You know what I mean?
blue check mark.
I gotta know where my
mark's
bread
still
is
there.
buttered, my friend. What's happening, bro? Are you teaming up with Dan Lebitard?
I am. So Dan started a new media company. He left ESPN. He took his show. He took the studio. He took his archives. He took the listeners. He took everything that they built over there. He taken it with him. Starting a new media company with John Skipper, who was the former president of ESPN.
Of course, Skip.
The president of the company who was when the company was at its strongest. And they started this new company called Meadowlark Media. Don't ask me about the name. They didn't ask my opinion or my input on that.
Mm-hmm.
But
More M's.
yeah, more M's, exactly. And so as soon as Dan left, I knew like this is the moment right here. This is someone that I enjoy working with, and I think we make great content. And so I worked it out with ESPN. I got out of the rest of my contract, and here I am.
Are you going to Miami?
I'm not going to go live there, but I'm going to be flying there for work as soon as kind of some of this COVID stuff slows down a little.
Mm-hmm.
I heard there are going to be some other people in Miami.
Yo, we're moving there specifically to beef with Dan Lebitard. Okay? We moving there specifically to spark a beef. An independent media game beef. Okay? We're coming for Dan. We're coming for his father, charming man he is.
We're coming for
And
Skip.
We're coming for Skip, and we're coming for Amin El Hassan, and hey, Dan, I want everybody to know, we're stealing Amin, okay? You thought you had Amin, but you thought wrong.
Yeah.
Estás equivocado.
Double agent.
That's right. We flipping him, bro. You changing teams, man. I'm telling you. We're taking you back.
Say two things. One is Schultz, years and years ago, we sat in like some diner after you beat Jay Williams in one-on-one, and we talked about like, what do you want out of this? Because at the time you were kind of like on the tail end of the MTV stuff, and I was in the middle of the ESPN stuff, but clearly feeling the restrictions. Both of us felt the restrictions of who we were supposed to be. And I remember having that conversation with you, and so I'm really happy about everything that's happened to you since then and how you've blown up and you've become kind of a big name thing. And hopefully I can do the same. The second thing I'm going to say is for the right price, let's do some sleeper agent shit. Whatever you guys want. Because here's the thing. You don't openly make it a beef. You let me sabotage from the inside.
That's what I'm talking about.
You
Splinter
gotta pay
Cell
me.
style. Okay, this is it. I love this. Nah, in all seriousness,
Take
it's
the
all
sleeper
love
agent.
to Dan, and I love the fact that they took their show independent. They have like this insane following, especially down there in Florida. So like, I think it's great. I hope you moved out there. We're gonna be going there officially. I just want to let everybody know this is the first time we've told anybody.
Yeah.
But officially, we're gonna be moving down there for February, March, and April. So anytime you want to come by, you crash over at the compound, and you're more than welcome. And yeah, let's light it up, man. Let's
yeah.
light up independent media, bro. Let's
How
do
free
it.
are you at Meadowlark? Like, I know ESPN, you got the mouse watching over everything. You can't say anything. Meadowlark, how free are you?
I'm free as free gets. And
Can
I'm
you
as free as
pray on
America is
camera?
today. Absolutely.
Whoa,
So,
Absolutely. But
whoa.
now,
That's
I don't
really
know how
free.
many-
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna allow that over here at Flagrant Media, my friend.
Yeah, we have a Muslim ban over at Flagrant.
We're keeping it going. There's some
Yeah.
things from the past administration that need to stay.
Fuck you guys. guys.
Anyway, I mean, we just want to call you and congratulate you, man, and say we're excited to see you down there and kick it and excited for this next step for you. I think that you're going to flourish with the freedom that you will have.
And
man.
I can't wait for us to say wild shit and you not bury your face in your hands because you can't say anything back. It's about to get so lit when you come on
The
now.
only thing that he feels comfortable talking about that's inappropriate is porn. It's so weird.
Yo,
like
man,
porn, you really
I
like
just
lean
learned-
in.
Recently, that this is that's an inappropriate topic. I thought it was just some shit that we all talk about. Bro.
Nah, bro.
Who knew Disney would have a problem with porn talk?
Anyway, brother, great talking to you, man. You be good, okay?
Love you, dog.
All right, guys. Wait.
Peace. Amin El Hassan, man. I love this. I love this move. Yo, it is official. Asshole Army. We've been deciding between Texas and Miami, and we basically knew it was Miami for a long time that we didn't tell you. And we just made the decision. Yeah. We just made the decision, bro. That's what it was. So last night, I officially signed a lease.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So you're definitely going to Miami.
Yeah. So that means y'all are going to Miami.
Some other people I think are struggling with leases right now.
It is what it is, bro. You guys will figure it out.
We're moving on Schultz. We're moving on Schultz time, baby.
I swear to God, I maneuvered so magically to like only eat a few weeks of rent, and then I come in Monday, and then Schultz
Well,
is
tell
just
the whole
like.
story. Tell the whole story.
So first,
Akash got a beautiful new apartment in New York in Manhattan. He's
been
been trying to convince his wife to move to Manhattan for the better part of their relationship.
Oh yeah. Oh
like
yeah.
it's been hard, and
Oh, yeah.
finally he convinces her,
broke
and
her.
he gets a stunning apartment, thousands of square feet.
And I signed the lease because the day before Schultz had talked about moving, and I was like, "How serious is this?"
What I say?
And you were like, "I mean, it's not gonna happen anytime soon."
No. What I
Yeah,
say?
you said, "Listen, my girl's in business school. We get at that."
Oh,
YouTube. You're like,
I
"My
bet you
girl's
the
in
Austin
business
thing,
school.
he was just stringing
I
you
gotta
along.
Do this. I gotta do that.
That's
I
what it
can't even
was.
think about this for a long
Not
time.
moving forever.
Sure, that's Thursday.
Okay.
We have that conversation.
I forgot that
Friday.
day. That's on me.
No, Saturday morning, Friday, we figure out, like, yo, there's apartments left. There's one left that we like. Let's just fucking take it. Saturday morning, I call the guy, and I'm like, yo, let's do this. Let's move forward.
Amenities out the ass.
Yo, I want some
Akash
amenities.
loves
I never
amenities,
had
bro.
Yeah,
amenities.
bro. You like
Loves-
amenities too
I never
much,
had
bro.
an amenity
Nah,
building.
I feel you on amenities.
No, but
The
you know what that
amenities
is? That's some
beautiful,
like
son.
you were poor growing up.
Yeah.
That's some
Absolutely.
third
Yeah.
world
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Okay.
East Egg, bro.
You wanna
You're
know
East
some
Egg.
Who
real
got
shit?
less amenities than India?
Did you say East Egg?
Yeah, bro. He's Great Gatsby,
Like Great
bro.
Gatsby.
Yeah. He's the new money, bro.
This fucking guy. So he's too young to know Gatsby references. All right. So there's okay, so basically what they do is when they like take a shitty apartment complex and revamp it.
Yeah.
I got a friend who just does this like as a company. Literally all they do is they're like, yeah, you just put in like a pool or like a gym. Poor people love that kind of shit. And then they end up
Yes.
paying way
My
more for the amenities.
shit.
Yes. Okay,
That's
good,
my
good, good.
shit. To
So
be-
you got. But to be fair, stunning building.
To be honest,
Yes.
the amenities were not as nice as one across the street that I was like, I want that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That got the indoor full court basketball.
Skate park. Motherfucker
All
never
that
been
shit.
on a skateboard.
All that shit.
Yeah, I know.
He just wants a skate park.
He just
I want-
wanted it.
hey,
He will watch little kids skate.
Hey,
That's
Hey,
pretty
the
creepy, bro.
creepiest fucking shit in the world.
Hey, I would get turned on by how much money I'm wasting. Be like, yo, look at that, huh? I got this. I made it.
You just taking kids down there to use it like we paying for it.
Son, I'll be a big brother, big sister. Just bring that little motherfucker over to the skate park.
I love it. All right, so you
We
got
end up
the
passing
dream.
that though, and
but
we
you still your apartment
yeah.
is a dream.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Empire State Building. I feel like I fucking came to New York 12 years ago, and now look at this.
Yeah.
We done did it. I'm looking at this bitch.
Yeah.
And Saturday, probably noon, I tell the guy, like, let's do this. I get a text that night on the group thread from Schultz being like, yo, I can't fucking do this. New York it's insufferable right now. I just ate a meal in the cold. My hands are numb. We're going down south, boys. And I'm like, this can't be real. There's no way this is real. I don't respond at all. Nobody responds at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, y'all
then
didn't respond.
nobody.
Which lit a fire.
I took that personally.
He sends
Personal.
another text, and then the next morning I text him like, yo, how serious is this? He's like, I don't know, 50-50. And I'm like, all right, we're still fine.
Yeah.
And then Sunday night I
When
get
I
a
say
text.
50-50, you should know it's about 90-10. You should know it's about 90.
It was 90-10. We were staying in New York 2 days earlier.
That's 50-50.
That's 50-50. Yeah. That is true.
You fuck.
All right,
So then Sunday night, he goes, it looks like we're going to Texas or Miami, boys. Nobody responds again.
Wait, but remember when I asked you to send me the apartment?
Oh, yeah. He's like,
I said, yo, send me the apartment because I wanted to know how like horrible Akash was gonna feel knowing he was gonna miss out on a couple months in this apartment. Okay, keep going. Beautiful
we got a
place.
deal, boy.
Gorgeous
We got a
place.
deal, too.
Yeah.
So I got the fucking deal.
Yeah,
Everybody
window to
leaving New
window.
York.
I mean, just head to ceiling to floor or whatever. Yeah.
Once in a
yeah,
lifetime,
yeah.
maybe.
Man, 3 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sends another text. Looks like it's going to be Texas or Miami, boys. Nobody responds again.
Yeah.
And then he says, judging by the response on this thread, this move is going to be great. Nobody responds again. We just leaving this motherfucker out to dry. Finally, we're like, yo, it's going to be
Gonna
Texas.
have to try when you get out my pool in Miami. That's the fact. Okay, go on.
Monday we show up. He talks about it on the podcast. We have the conversation. We decide it's going to be Miami over Austin. I lose. I'm like, all right, fine. We're going. February and March. We're back in April.
To be fair, you weren't against Florida because you thought that wifey would love
Wifey
Florida.
would love Miami. So there's
and as
advantages.
we all know, this decision is predicated by wifey.
Oh, yeah.
This is on everybody.
Yeah, I
On
finally win one fucking decision to move to New York, and now we leave it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you know how crazy I felt the
God
whole
don't
time?
even want me to win.
The whole time Noah was responding, and Alicia was like, yo, is he serious about this? And I was like, no, of course he's not serious. I'm like downplaying. She's acting like we're getting evicted. She's like, what was he saying? What did he say? I'm like, no, it's nothing. We're just,
When you guys didn't respond, that's when it clicked to me that we were going. If you guys had responded, we'd probably stay here for the winter.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
we would. But the
Imagine-
fact that I didn't get to respond, I did take that personal. I did take that personal.
Imagine how I felt. I have this fucking surprise of this studio that I
Shouldn't
can't
have
wait
kept
to tell.
secrets. Shouldn't have lied and deflected.
Couldn't
Yeah, you
wait to
did
tell the
lie.
guy.
Deflected.
I've been
I'm on his
busting my
side for this.
ass, staying up every night, putting together this fucking studio. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm
we
gonna
know by the
announce
amount
it.
of black topics you've been bringing to the podcast, how much time and effort you've been putting into this studio.
No, but to be fair, this is good for you because now Wheezy has to pull some weight.
Yeah, she'll,
So it worked out for you.
She'll be forced to learn how to
That if
do it.
you hear a dog barking in the background, don't worry. I'm about to skin it. I'm over this fucking dog. That's Cookie, by the way, but we can't keep her in here.
do you want to bring her in one
All
time?
right, get the fucking dog. All right, go. So finish the story, right?
So I maneuver. I'm like, all right, March and April we're gone. I maneuver to start the lease later. I'm fucking talking to everybody. I'm like, don't worry about it. We don't eat this. I somehow maneuver to where I'm only eating a couple of weeks of rent, and then I show up Monday.
How'd
this
you maneuver?
week. Bro, I'm calling the guy. I'm being like, yo, this just got sprung on me. What can I give back concession-wise to get this time back? He's like, yo, management's not going to go for it. I was like, let me send an email.
Yeah.
Send a fucking eloquent email.
Yeah.
That shit was eloquent.
Yes, it was.
I'm willing to make these concessions if you're willing to make this.
So you could keep your free months. You're not even missing out on nothing. You gotten 3 months free, and you want to keep your free months, you
Yeah.
cheap fuck.
Yeah,
All right, go on.
exactly.
I gotta feel bad about this guy and his 3 months. Anyway, go on.
I show up Monday. Schultz just goes, looking like it's going to be 3 months in Miami, brother. All he said.
Exactly.
all he
That's the
said.
amount of 3 month free months you
But
got.
this is what, 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
This was Monday.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay for a fucking month and a half, 2 months. I'm not going to use this place. Obnoxious rent.
You're not
so
paying.
I
It's
just canceled the
free.
lease. And now when we
It's
come back, I got to
free.
find a new apartment again.
Oh, you canceled the lease?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
real man shit. Miles got to do that too. I told Miles. Last
wait.
night, Miles tried to come at me. He's on a month to month. I said, it's over.
Month to month is nothing.
That's what I
light
told
work.
him. I was like,
That's
it's the
light
end
work.
of the month.
Wait,
That's
so
light
what's the
work.
penalty? I thought if you cancel a lease, you got to pay the whole shit.
I paid a couple thousand.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
That makes me feel amazing.
I hate you so fucking much.
And you thought you were getting me a Christmas present. Wait a minute. You had to pay. Why not just pay into it?
Because you had to pay like a good faith deposit to sign.
Yeah, so
the
why
thing.
not just keep it anyway?
Because the amount we would have had to pay is just like so much more than that. It's like, all right, we'll just eat this and we'll find a
Bro,
new
it's
place.
2 months. You're going to be in Miami living that life.
Yeah, so
well,
now
now
we-
you could really ball out on a spot in Miami. That
You
you're
would
not going to
think,
have
but
to pay
Miami
double rent.
prices right now are New York City prices.
Oh, I know.
Oh, let's make me feel better. I was very loyal to you in this whole thing, and now I'm so happy to hear this story. Just lay it on me.
What
happened?
story?
You fucking loser. You fucking stupid fucking idiot. You fucking can't negotiate for shit ass
Yo,
white
let me
boy.
tell you something, bro. I am quite possibly the worst negotiator in history, bro. Because when I want something, I don't want to like piss somebody off to lose it.
You're such a
Wait.
pussy. You're such a. How are you so soft?
Bad negotiator.
Are you
bro.
Andrew Schultz or not?
I'm a bad negotiator, bro. I had no chips.
That's the least Andrew thing I ever heard in my life. If I want a place, I'll just make all the concessions.
son. You have to understand, bro.
Yeah, you have to understand.
You have to understand,
Yeah.
okay?
You're
We're
not
looking
understanding.
for very specific things. And this place fulfilled those very specific things. Now, this lady did rake me through the coals. That is a fact of life, okay?
got
But
got, yo.
I got bruised,
Yeah.
bullied.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to read
mollywalloped.
those texts and jerk off to them later. I don't want those fucking texts tonight.
Just brutalized.
Just hunched over my phone like I'm looking at fucking Bang Bus or whatever the fuck.
Bro, I'm telling you, yeah, I got destroyed. But to be fair,
Tell me about it. Talk
the
slow.
reason why I'm
Talk slow. Start from the
good.
beginning.
Okay, to be fair to me, the reason why I'm good in
No, let's not do
negotiations
that.
when it comes to business
Oh, I
is
think I know.
because I have an out. I can always do my own thing. I don't need you, right?
okay.
So if a company comes to me, Netflix, if they
Yeah.
come, they're like, "Yo, it's gonna be this amount," then I say, "No, it's not."
Yeah,
and then we just walk away.
Yeah.
I've heard you negotiate, and you never are timid in
No.
those types of negotiations.
But he's got his family
So-
wrapped up in
Because
this
I
shit.
got the pussy.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. To hear that
She
you're being
had the
pussy right
pussy.
now with this thing is like, wow.
I had
I'm
no
sorry.
pussy. I didn't even have dick, bro.
Yeah.
I was looking like Joe
Nah, you-
Biden's new health advisor, bro.
Pull up a picture so I don't pretend I know who
No,
that is.
don't. TV's facing me. But in all seriousness, in Miami right now, it is the hottest real estate market in the history of humanity.
It's crazy.
It's unbelievable, bro. We're talking about
I
places.
mean, it is historic. It's open. Everybody else is shut down. It's great weather. It's the middle of winter. California going to want to move there because, all right, we got great weather, but we're shut down. New York going to want to move there because we got shitty weather and we're shut down.
Hey, guess what? If you're rich and you live in Mexico, you're moving there. If you're rich and you live in South America, you're moving to Miami. If you're rich and you live in Europe, you're moving to Miami.
Why?
The
'Cause
whole
they're
world.
all shut down and Miami's open?
They're either shut down or they're feeling like COVID is like outrageous in certain places and they don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't blame it. Like if you're rich in Mexico and you go into these restaurants, there are all these Americans out there coming in who are all sharing the COVID with everybody. Alex.
I'm immune, baby.
Hey, you're welcome. Merry Christmas.
That was a good Christmas present. Actually.
Yeah, it
Honestly,
was,
y'all
bro.
welcome,
It was.
yo.
You
Yeah.
made this move possible.
I did.
Word.
So
You're
you
welcome.
fucked you.
Yeah. That's on you, bro.
You're right about that. You're right about
Just
that.
felt it in
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah, you're right about that. God got me, yo.
Yeah.
God got me. Mask up, everybody. It's much more
Anyway.
costly than you think.
Facts. So anyway, the point is like the whole world's working there. This real estate agent that I was working with, right? She told me she had a client that had a budget for a house of $17 to $22 million, right? And couldn't find them a house. There weren't houses left.
Oh, boy.
This is what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with places that are renting for double what they would normally rent for, especially during this time period, because people don't go down to Florida for the summer. You live in Florida in the summer. It's
Sucks.
not the best place to live in.
No.
You know, so
People leave in the summer.
They leave in the summer, exactly. So you already got the snowbirds that are coming down. I think that's what they call them, right? And you got everybody else in the world trying to go to a place that's still lit and popping and open and free where you could live life, especially if you're motherfuckers like us that already had COVID.
Yeah.
So we could really flex out there and have fun. So there's literally nothing. She knew there's nothing because this lady's looking for a place to stay while I take her place.
Yeah.
So we're
Oh,
looking
Jesus.
for the same places.
Yeah.
And she's going, well, if I can't find a place, this motherfucker surely can't find a place. Right? And I mean, it was just like she had everything in the negotiation.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in a way, I won.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
lost.
Because I would have spent way more. She could have raked me
You
through.
lost. You fucking
Nah, I
loser.
did get destroyed.
Yeah,
I got
you
absolutely
fucking
obliterated.
loser.
Son, I got absolutely obliterated.
stupid
I had the
fuck.
truffle pig on it. I don't even know what we had to do to even get this place. That's a later podcast, I'll tell. The truffle was there, bro.
Wait, did he have to pull like the water dude move from Fire Fest?
What's that?
We needed water.
Like,
Son, if it was
Let's
that
say he
easy, we
did.
would have done it. If it was that easy, we would have done it. But no, I mean, so many back and
Dope
forth.
might still do it. Just,
Figuratively got
for
mouth
free.
fucked instead.
Oh yeah, I've gotten fucked in every orifice, bro. But I mean, it's a beautiful place that I haven't even seen. I could hate it. We could go there and I could hate it, and
Nothing
then I'd be
would
even
make
more
me
fucked.
happier.
I know.
No, I would ask that we record from the room he hates the most.
Nah, I see.
Anyway,
pictures.
so
It's a
listen, we're
beautiful
all
place.
getting a little bit of a pounding, but we thought it'd be fun to basically, because we are in a very fortunate situation. We thought it'd be fun to go down there for a few months.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about it. I think you guys on some level are very excited
Once
about it.
once we sort out all this shit, we'll be good. But it's just a lot.
Just for life, I'm excited because we're gonna have new stories to tell.
Yeah.
New experiences. Like I like the idea that we're gonna be bumping into something that is like uncommon to us. You know, so these interactions we're having with random people in the street, we're gonna take back to the podcast. Not to mention, Asshole Army, we're gonna start doing stand up again. We're gonna do some shows out
shit.
there, like regular shows. I want to do recurring shows, and so we're gonna get back to the life that we were able to live. And you know, we're out there. We already got Ben Uyed on the line, helping us design the studio out there. We got a great place for the studio, and Alex just ordered up all the equipment, and yeah, we're really excited for it. So we're gonna go 3 months, check it out, see how we like Miami, and who knows, maybe we could do a little half there, half here.
That's the one silver lining. As much as this sucks, is we became snowbirds. I'm old. I'm down. I'm like 41 years old. Who gives a fuck?
So Alex's whole wardrobe is built around Miami.
It's true.
People don't realize this. Like when he dresses New York, that's not him in his most like natural setting.
No.
There are pictures up there that show him in his most natural setting.
His
Linen.
wardrobe is divided as much as his race. He got his Latino outfits, and then he got his black outfits.
Son,
Oh, that's
he's-
very
he's-
true. So.
Yeah, it's
but
half
you
and half.
about 80% Latino when it comes to how you dress and feel most
he
natural.
acts 50-50, but we know what that means.
We know what that means. It's 90-10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you get the math. You jerk. I'm just saying, Al. Al's going to have that fucking, what is it called? Turkey meat?
Taco meat.
Taco meat.
Turkey meat is way grosser.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
That shit right here.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The labes?
Yeah,
That
bro.
turkey
That
legs?
health secretary right here.
So we got to talk about this chick that Biden hired. Do you guys know about this?
Yeah.
Nah.
Do you know about like her history or?
No, not the history. I just know.
Oh, so Biden hired this tranny to be like the health secretary of the country,
Okay.
right? And she was the health secretary of Pennsylvania. Okay, and I guess she was a him, and now she's a her, and obviously people are reacting like, oh, this is some like progressive move, and this is what America's gonna look like, and this is like an overcorrection of diversity and this kind of shit like that. I actually say no. You can be progressive and diverse in jobs that don't matter. Hollywood is meaningless.
Yeah.
So you can make every superhero a black Muslim trans person if you want, because it means that there's no stakes.
Right.
Right? That's what she looks like, right? Right there. Oh, no, you didn't.
Son,
Oh,
that's
no, you
God, yo.
No, dude,
That was God, yo.
Alex's beat off hand started shaking the second the image came up and he knocked off his coffee. That was unbelievable, bro. So, but what's interesting about this for me, are we good? We can keep recording? Keep recording. Okay. Or should we just take a break for a second? Maybe it's better. Let's take a break for a second. All right, I don't remember the last thing I said before Alex spilled a whole Starbucks onto the desk, but the reality is I'm not tripping off this appointment. What I was trying to say is, like in meaningless jobs that don't matter at all, you can be progressive about stuff because there's no stakes.
Right.
Do you know how good you got to be at your job to be like the health advisor?
Yeah.
Do you know, to be an astronaut? We're not getting progressive with astronaut. Like if there's a chick astronaut, that bitch is nice at astronauting. You know? So I assume this girl, I assume she's got to be like even way better than the next best person to make up for the fact that she's trans.
Come on.
I really believe it, because you don't want to play no games, because if she fucks up, imagine how pissed off people going to be with the trans person. This is what happens when you put some crazy trans person as a head of health
Head of health during a pandemic.
during the pandemic.
That's valid.
Like, they'll crush Biden on it. There couldn't be a more important appointment for Joe Biden right now than the health
So
advisor.
you're saying he thought this through and was like, this is merit-based.
Bruh,
This
I
bitch is
bet
the
you
one.
he's like, do we really got to go with the training? Like, is there nobody else that's not a trainee that's as good? And then it turns out there wasn't. She's that much better than everybody else.
I completely disagree.
Okay, go.
I think.
But do you hear what I'm saying?
I do hear
The
what you're
logic,
saying.
the logic,
the logic
adds
is
up.
sound. The reason why I disagree, it's like you put someone you can't attack in a role that
also sound logic.
Because now if you come at this person and say anything having to do with their gender or anything like
Oh,
that,
shit,
you're not
Al.
focusing on the issue.
Here's what I would say to that, though.
Oh shit.
That's a
Here's what I
golden.
would say to that. Death trumps all that shit. If people are dying, you don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, but you
I don't care how I look.
have to just focus on the issue.
That's a good point, though. No. Half of the people in this country won't be critical because they'll
they'll
feel
be
like they're
afraid.
transphobic.
Yep.
So they won't say a single thing. They're like, oh, she's doing her best, blah, blah, blah. Where if it was like a white male, they'd be like, well, this is what happened when the patriarchy is in control of a pandemic and people end up dying. People have died for years, da-da-da. Interesting point. But the other half of the country is gonna doubly blame Biden for this, but he don't give a fuck about them because they're not voting for him in the first place.
And if
so
they
she's a
meant-
shield for what they know is going to be continued fucked upness of Corona.
And if that other half says anything about her gender,
They're transphobic.
they're transphobic.
so
They're
she's
not
a
judging her based off of what
holy
the job she's
shit.
doing. They're just
this
being
is,
transphobic.
This is low cheat. This is genius. The left wing institution is now using the progressive values that they pretend to care about as a shield for their shitty politics.
As they've been doing. You brought that point up, like with the
I must have.
Thunberg and all that type of stuff. Greta
Oh, it's
Thunberg
like
and stuff like
Greta
that.
and like
Oh, the kids.
the
Yeah,
gun
exactly.
control kids.
Oh
Well,
my
Greta
God, yeah.
Thunberg
You
is very
use
on.
kids
Candace
because you
Owens.
can't be
Yeah.
critical of the kids.
Yeah,
So
and
they
then
did
black
that
dudes
with
were
issues,
Republicans.
and now they're like, oh shit, let's just bring this into the cabinet. And now
Oh
everybody
my
I appoint is
God.
fucking
Here's
Teflon.
what I would bring up, though.
This is brilliant.
Another thing you've said.
Yeah.
Keep giving you credit, even though you're moving us fucking for no reason.
God forbid I take y'all to Miami.
yeah.
Whip your cocks out a little bit.
Yeah.
Take your cock out.
That
Put
was
it
a
in the
jump,
wind.
son.
Say what?
That was just a jump. Like,
Yeah,
we going to
jump
Miami
too.
now, just cocks
Your
are being
cock
whipped out.
Just flopping up and down, bro. Yeah. Flopping.
But
You know what I mean?
as you said, the majority of the country
Yes.
is moderate.
Yeah.
Moderate people aren't going to give a fuck. If we're dying, that moderate majority is going to be like, I don't care what this fucking gender is of this bitch. She's ruining everything. I don't care.
But they're gonna have to qualify it though. They're gonna
Yeah,
say,
they're going to qualify it, and then they're going to say, I don't give
have
a fuck.
nothing
Yeah.
against trans
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this
And then they might fear.
dick-cucked weirdo is killing all my family members.
Is
That's
what
what
those
they're gonna
people would say.
That's what they would say.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wouldn't say that. I would never say that. That's what they're going to say.
Those
In
people.
Cincinnati,
Comedic genius.
that's what they're going to say. In Buffalo, that's what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay? Can you do that?
Yeah, I think you can.
Is that
I
allowed to
think
be
we're good.
said?
I think we're
Okay?
good. I think we're good.
All right? Why the hell is she in control? Okay? Haven't enough people disappeared?
Hasn't she taken enough control? She already done took it out of God's hands.
Yeah.
Is what they'll say.
Yeah,
You
that's
didn't
what
only
it
make
does.
your balls disappear, you made my uncle disappear too. Okay? Bring them both back.
Is what those fucked
Is
up people
what
would
those
say.
assholes
those
would
terrible
say.
people. Yeah.
Exactly. That
Yeah.
are so insensitive.
Yeah.
When this is someone who truly knows what they're doing. Pennsylvania. She was the health advisor for
How
Pennsylvania.
did Pennsylvania handle the pandemic? is my question.
Amazing.
I think it was fine. And
Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. Huh?
Is that a fact?
I need to double check, but I think
They're
she
still
actually,
open.
I think she got elected in a Republican district.
Bro, the Republican state senators had to okay her.
Yeah.
They were on board. That's how nice she is. She's nice.
If she's nice based on what you do with Pennsylvania, I'm on board. Who gives a fuck?
You know how fucked up this is how fucked up culture is when we see someone get hired in this situation, we're so used to people who aren't as good being hired because they represent diversity, right?
Yeah.
By the left, at least, right? We're so used to that seeing in jobs that don't mean anything, like TV, et cetera. Like, we need Superman to be black, or we need all these other things. Like, we're so used to these progressive acts that when we see it happen, the knee-jerk reaction is, oh, this is just about progressivism.
performative.
It's performative. Instead of going, oh, this person's really talented. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just kind of, it sucks that's like the knee-jerk reaction to things. Like, if Idris Elba becomes the next Bond, I just want it to be because that motherfucker's nice.
Yeah, he is.
He's nice with it.
And
Yeah.
he's fine as fuck.
And he
Top five
kind of
dudes.
cute.
Yo,
You know, had that early COVID, bodied it.
Yeah.
yo, beat
When that shit was raw, uncut,
Raw dog.
COVID.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Bruh.
Slanging dick, had his shorty with him. You remember that? We didn't even
Cock
know.
out, Miami.
Everybody was like, yo, COVID kills. That bitch was like, I'm not leaving this dick. This
Yeah.
motherfucker about to be Bond.
We should make Idris Elba health secretary.
I'm with that.
That's
but he
diversity.
got to speak like Stringer Bell. He can't
that would
keep
be
that
lit.
English accent.
That'd be lit.
That would be fire.
I'll pay
yeah.
attention then.
Kind of a smart
No,
move,
but
though.
you know what's crazy is that if minorities do that diversity play, we feel that person's super qualified. Like the HBCU that hired an Asian editor in chief.
Yes.
We're like, this bitch must be amazing.
most.
She must be the nicest.
If they didn't go with the black person for this job.
Yep.
So it's like, why is it the opposite if white people do the
Because
diversity
black
play?
people don't have to prove that they're not racist. White liberals got to prove that they're not racist.
Yeah.
So you're like, you look at them skeptically, like, oh, you're just doing this to prove you're progressive.
I hate
Black
that.
people don't got to prove progressiveness.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah,
that.
you
That's
know what I mean?
yeah. I hate that. That's the knee jerk reaction. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I
fucking
wish-
dumb. Like, I hate like.
We could change that.
So no, we should.
Yeah.
But it's like for example, The Bachelor, right? We've all been watching The Bachelor, greatest show on television.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
Victoria,
guy Matt
the goat.
James, right? Victoria the goat. Shout out to Vic. You know what I'm saying? But Matt James is The Bachelor, right? The guy is a little simpy,
Yeah.
but he's a fantastic bachelor. But before this, the reaction amongst a lot of white people was, oh, because of Black Lives Matter, we need to have a black bachelor, and it has to be this
Well, the
progressive
timing
shit.
was pretty crazy.
So no, and I'm not saying that didn't take into account. It might have, and it might have been the reason. I just think it sucks that we have to have that be our knee-jerk answer or reaction. Because when you watch the show, you realize, oh, this motherfucker is actually like the cookie cutter bachelor.
Yeah.
Peter was terrible. Just getting fucking yanked around every direction. We needed somebody that
That's
was
a
for
good
the
point.
show.
It makes me wonder though. That seems like it only happens in America though. Like if I'm watching British TV and I see like some fucking like some Indian whatever,
very true.
I go, oh yeah, that's just that's what they do.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
doesn't
mean? That's fine.
feel like a diversity play when I'm watching like UK shows.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think they feel that way too, or go?
It might be because we're not as familiar with the the pulse of the culture there. So
Right.
if you're there, you might be like, yo, I know how liberal and fucking, you got 100 genders in Britain to 63 here. Like, you're
Right.
doing this thing to be progressive. But we don't know that. We're here. We don't give a fuck what they're doing. So we look at them like, oh, it must be merit.
Also, like, I don't know how good Great Britain is at getting people to buy into being British as their identity. You know, like America, whether we're good at it or not, we kind of allow people to keep their own identity when they come here. You know what I mean? Like, and then some people opt in. Like, you could say, like, Indians. I think you've even said this before. Like, Indians make a choice. They're like, should we be kind of white about it? Should we be kind of black about it? Or whatever, right? But like, Mexicans can be Mexican, a Mexican American, but like that can be like a cultural distinction for their community. Whereas, like, I noticed, like, Canada, people honor their cultures, but they all kind of seem Canadian.
Yeah.
Like, even like the Jamaican Canadians, like when they're like saying shit like, oh yeah, there's a ting over there and that, they're like, that's fine. But like, you want to go to Timmy Hortons and get some donut rolls?
Yeah.
Do you know? They like break that character a
Yeah.
bit and then become Canadian. And maybe it's because Canada does a much better job at going, hey, we're all in this together. We don't have the same history of hatred and racism
Yeah.
and slavery that America does. And we're going to make a real effort to let everybody know that they have an opportunity, you know, for the same things here. So maybe it's easier to opt in. I don't know, Al. What do you think?
It's hard. I love Canada for that, but I don't know why it's like that.
But
Sorry,
you
I don't know
felt,
why.
as a black dude, you felt that same way? Like
Yes,
that?
yeah.
And it's not to say like black dudes there are acting white. I just see them as acting Canadian.
Yeah.
Does that make
Like-
it might make sense?
Yeah, I think that there's also part of like I wonder if our individuality in America like drives us crazy. You know what I
Whereas,
mean?
yes, they have more of like a communal instinct.
If you just have like basically like an uploadable like life profile that you're able to like inherit and
Yes.
pass on, I think it makes things for a lot of people just way more simple.
I also think weather lends itself to this.
Okay, he's trying to go to Miami. You see what he's doing?
Yes, that's also true. But you're 100% right. Like I've had like friends do this once they have kids. They all of a sudden lean back into religion. Right? Like they're like, look, there's a downloadable book of morality that I can give my kid. As much as it might have annoyed me growing up, like I ended up being a pretty good moral person. Maybe I should just give my kid this because God forbid he doesn't have the same morality as me. Right. So all of a sudden they become a little bit more Jewish or a little more Catholic or these things kind of happen, right? And the same thing could be with, you know, Canada. It's like, hey, this is what we should do for one another. But I also think weather plays into it.
Why?
When it's cold as fuck, you need to help motherfuckers for survival. You know what I mean? Like when you're going through 8 months of winter, 9, 10 for some of the places out there probably.
Yeah.
Like you realize that your neighbor could keep you from dying.
But isn't Toronto New York weather?
I think Toronto's like Buffalo weather.
I don't know. I've
Like,
never
it
spent long
ain't
time.
New York.
A little colder than this.
It's cold, bro.
I think there's snow like on the ground. Like in the winter, it's like there's snow.
It was negative 40. Remember when we were up there for some
Yeah.
shit? It was like negative 40, and it was like, bro, like if we don't go into this store on our walk to the club,
Oh yeah, that's
we're gonna
right.
die.
Yeah, we don't have that feeling in New York.
And they let us in the store in New York. They'd be like, if you're not buying something,
Yeah,
fuck
fuck
out of
outta
here.
here, yeah.
But there, they're like,
Yeah.
please warm up.
The idea that like a drunk kid could fall on a snowbank and then be dead. It's like it's crazy.
Son, so it's like
Yeah.
you start to see people and you recognize they need your help to survive and you need theirs. And I think that when you exist in those moments, it's almost like, let me not exaggerate this too much, but the extreme version of that is a soldier at war. The most extreme version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, you and me,
We got a common goal.
we got a common goal.
Yeah.
So like I might not even like you, you might not even like me, but we might be different colors, different religions. But if we don't work this shit out, might die.
People love sports for that reason. We have a common goal, so whatever
Boom.
differences we have are gone. What I would push back on a bit is I think a lot of it comes from, for me, being proud of being Indian and feeling super Indian was like white people let me know I wasn't them a few times in
We
a way.
be doing that
like,
shit, yo.
yo. And that's where the
We be
reaction
doing that
is.
shit.
Y'all be doing
Y'all be
it.
doing that shit.
We
and
be
then-
doing that shit.
And the reaction is, all right, well, if I'm not you, then I'm me. Fuck it. I'm me completely, and I don't feel a part of you. Canada, I'm sure that happens, but they just seem friendlier and like a little bit more cucky in that way, which is like, no, we're all Canadian. We're all in this, whatever.
And I'm sure Canadians are watching this like, oh, you don't know the racism that exists here.
I'm
We're not,
sure it exists.
Yeah, we're not saying it doesn't exist.
I would also just say it's not as bad as America. It's not as bad. Like, it's not as divided.
Yeah, at least there's not like a history to play off it too. And also, so many black people and like brown people in Canada like came recently. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, there's all these black and brown people that have come post-slavery.
Yeah.
They've come from the Caribbean. They've come from parts of Africa. So they can't even go, look what my ancestors went through.
Yeah.
They bought in.
Yeah.
They were like, we see how Canada is now, and we would like to be here.
Right.
So it was a choice
Yeah, there's
that
a-
was made.
Yeah, was there any slavery in Canada?
There must have been, bro.
But like not the way it was in
And
America.
even then,
I don't think there was. I think the closest thing they had to it is that they had a lot of migrants from the Caribbean sent there to be like the maid or the nanny. I think that's how a lot of the Caribbean population grew in Canada because they were just coming in. They had like some way like, hey, you can go to Canada for free, but you have to work as a nanny. And that's like a lot of the population there. That was their first generation.
But it is interesting how like one, I'm not saying that it is tiny, but like one specific historical difference between two countries that are like really similar
Yeah.
has created a completely different race relation,
Yeah.
you know? And without it has really allowed people of all different colors to feel a part of the fabric of a country. And in America, it feels like we're still every year trying to convince everybody like, yo, we're all in this together. We're all, hey,
Yeah,
we're all in this,
if you
right?
gotta keep saying it, you might not be all in it.
Yeah, like, why are we
Like,
saying it?
Every year there's like a new push, like, yeah, we're all American.
Bro, we're trans-united.
Even Biden, even Biden's speech yesterday, that was like the whole speech was about like, yo, we're together, let's do this together, and whoever doesn't agree with me, it's like, hopefully I can win you over and stuff like.
But if not,
it
that's
wasn't
cool
even
too.
about policy at all. It
Nothing.
was the weirdest inauguration speech. Like there was
Yeah.
no policy talked about. It's really just about, yo, America, we and the values we stand for, and this is what we need to do to become together. So
Right.
if that's the main thing you're preaching in 2021. Like that's crazy.
Well, to y'all, I remember when we were writing for the Netflix thing, you brought up the point of like, it's not just slavery. Also, after slavery, there was so much more shit that happened to black people that also has added to the division.
Right.
Even if Canada had slaves, they didn't have the post-slavery shit as bad, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's just going to be a thing you got to deal with for a while. And then I think if we deal with it fully, then we can start to move forward.
But it is kind of cool to look at that and be like, yo, maybe there's going to be a time where like this is our history, this is our past. And it might be 100 years, might be 200 years, but it's kind of cool to be like, oh yeah, once everybody feels like there's an effort for inclusion,
Yeah.
that people can get on board with a culture if it's sexy enough.
Yeah,
You know?
if I
And I
don't-
wouldn't even say Canadian culture is sexy. It's, if anything, it's not. It's polite.
Yeah.
But there's a beauty to it. Like, bro, I'll go to Canada and I'm like, man, I feel like I could be nice to people.
Yep.
You be nice to a New Yorker for no reason. And it's like,
might
yo,
rob you.
corny, like, cut that out, bro. Like, what is, stop saying thank you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's something cool.
Like when I talk to people in Canada, even white people, someone who's not black,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like they're trying to do the, oh, hey, I watch Empire 2.
Yeah.
They don't do that shit. It's like they're just talking to you like a person.
Yeah.
So you don't get that weird energy of like pointing out that we're a different race. Like I get that all the time here.
I wonder if there's like a because of the inclusion, right? Like I understand the idea of like vulturism because of exclusion,
Right.
Like you're black, you're excluded from all this white shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden black shit becomes cool, and then white people are like, yo, I want to do that black shit. And then black people are like, yo, you stop taking our shit.
Yeah.
You never let us fuck with yours.
We only did this because you wouldn't let us be a part of your shit.
Yeah, so now that it's cool, you want to eat at this restaurant? No, we're not going to do that. I understand that as a reaction to behavior of the past. But if that didn't exist, if there was this, this feeling of inclusion, right? I wonder if it's the responsibility of people of color, not only just people of color, but like the immigrants in Canada to open up their cultures to white Canadians.
It's a cultural potluck.
Oh, they definitely do.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, so instead of like, if you're Jamaican, instead of being like, look at these white people trying to like adopt Jamaican slang and stuff like that. In other words, it could be like, oh, that's fire. You think our culture's cool?
Yeah, true.
we really like your shit too. This is great. Let's all exchange.
And if you let them share, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, hey, we're just taking. Oh,
Then
you let
there's
me
no
have your
more
shit.
appropriation.
Cool. Here's some of our
it's
shit.
not appropriation because everybody's appropriating one another. But
Right.
you got to set the table first.
Yeah.
You got to be like, yo, you are welcome here, and you can have anything that we provide. Like anything that's mine is yours. In order for that new person to go, well, I'd like to share mine as well.
Have some poutine now. Let me get that fire ass jerk chicken.
That's why I was blown away when we went to that party in Toronto.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, the amount of white girls that know how to whine here is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like they can dance, they got rhythm. I'm like,
still
yo,
thinking about
what's
that
in the water?
Crazy.
Son,
I forgot that
yo,
one.
Never went
I'm
away.
in heaven.
I mean,
Son, you got so excited
if
about that
if
memory.
you talked about relocating to Canada, I would have been all about it.
That's Alex's Wakanda, bro.
So fuck
Just white chicks acting black. You're like, yo, this is great.
Yo, this is what he's saying to black women in Canada.
He's like, get out of here.
Nah, it's a beautiful town. Beautiful town.
Dude, yeah.
But now I wonder though if America is more equal to become less cool.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
probably.
Like if all
It's
like
never gonna be.
you know what I mean? Like there's no NWA without like police brutality. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
without
that's
equality
valid.
or without inequality. So like
Yes,
as America
yes,
becomes
yes,
more cool,
yes.
do we just or as America becomes more equal, do we just get cornier? You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like
because cool is a function of rejecting the norm.
yeah.
And right now we live in a place where like there are a lot of different groups rejecting the norm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cool based on it, right? Like, whether you define it as cool or not doesn't really matter. But there are people who really think like hipsterism is cool.
Yeah.
Right? There's people who really think like northern black American culture, like New York City black culture is cool. Then they people who really think like southern black culture is cool. They look at Plies, they're like, yo, that's the funniest, coolest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah.
Right?
85 South.
Exactly. Italian like mob culture. That's a rejection of normalcy.
Yeah.
It's cool. And we have many of these groups in America that do it.
And it comes from being excluded usually. You have
Exactly.
to exclude me for me to exclude myself usually. It's reactionary.
You can't have that
Malcolm
if
said that.
everybody's
It's
on
like-
board. What is that?
Malcolm X said like black people's racism is reactionary racism. It is so he says it's not as bad as white people's racism, which
Yeah.
is just you're just racist toward us. We're racist toward you because you were racist toward us. We're just reacting.
Right.
So in the sense of exclusion, I'm just excluding myself because you excluded me. It's reactionary.
Yes.
So now we just made our own cool shit and stay away from it.
Yes. I understand the behavior. I don't know if I justify like treating somebody poorly that didn't directly do something to you.
Yeah.
But I do understand where it comes
Yeah,
from.
he took that back as he got older and like
Yeah.
went to Mecca. But the idea is most exclusion comes from being excluded first.
Yes.
Then I formed this identity around being excluded.
Yeah. I'm afraid of dogs because one bit me.
Yeah.
Now, I shouldn't treat a dog shitty
Right.
that hasn't bitten me. But I do feel like that motherfucker might bite me
Yeah.
because of my experience with dogs.
Yes.
That's the idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So for America to stay cool,
But what do we value?
sorry guys.
Y'all got to be ostracized.
That's the way it's gotta be, bro.
Yo, it is what
Are
it
you
is.
are you willing to give up being cool to be included?
Yes,
Nah, bro. Come on.
Absolutely.
Nah.
it's absolutely.
Bro, that's the corniest shit you ever said, bro.
Yeah, that shit is mad.
Damn.
Horny, yo.
That shit sucks.
You mad soft.
Yo, that
Yeah.
is the cost. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Th-
really
Think about all the
interesting.
coolest countries back in the day. They had like all this as they got more equal, all of a sudden like their culture became like antiquity.
Neutered.
Yeah, like think about like Amsterdam or whatever. Like think about any of these countries. Like what do you think their culture is? Like all the old shit back when there was mad inequality. You know what I mean? Now that everything's equal, it's like, yeah,
Yeah, it goes away. That is
Yeah.
the cost.
great art comes out of like strife and struggle and pain.
Yeah, cool people aren't happy.
Yeah,
They're not
exactly.
just fucking happy, kumbaya, getting along. You know,
Yeah.
cool in that. We're just hanging out, having a great time. Who needs to
Yeah.
be cool?
Yeah, dude, that's the cost. How bad do we want to be cool?
Yeah,
And cool is what sells in America, and what sells wins.
that's the culture war, baby.
Oh fuck!
And
This
what's the
is-
country with the most inequality? That's gonna be the one that's popping off. Countries putting people in concentration camps.
India about to
China?
be popping, yo.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, they're putting comics in jail for no
Yeah.
reason. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be a
Yeah,
fucking.
sorry,
there's
what
gonna be a
happened with that?
Uyghur rap album that comes out. Like,
I'm still trying to wrap my mind around all of it, but there's a comic who's
Yeah.
Muslim
Yeah.
who I saw one video of a joke where he's talking about like this Bollywood song that is like kind of talking about religion, and he says basically like, why are we doing that? God didn't give a fuck what you think or whatever. That's all he says. And then he's doing another show, doesn't do that joke, but some like India is getting pretty crazy and like weird and fucked. But like some people afterward are like, oh, you might say something anti-religious. Make him go to the police station, and now he's just being held, awaiting trial in jail, and they're not giving him a trial date anytime soon. So he's just
For what?
in jail for you might make a joke that's anti-Hindu.
Oh, so like Minority Report shit. Like you
Yeah.
might break the law, so we gotta get.
but
you
they don't need to
before.
have a computer. It's just a bunch of fucking illiterates being like, I think you're gonna say some shit. Whatever we think Trumpism is here, it's global and it's there bad right now. Like,
Right.
I'm getting texts from comics that know the guy, and they're like, this guy. There's just no fucking video of him saying this stuff.
Right.
The one video is again a joke of like, why are you singing this song? God didn't give a shit about your little thing. There's no anti-religious stuff there.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
if I said Allah didn't give a shit about your, that's not a joke about Allah. That's a joke about you being a fucking loser.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if he was Hindu, he could say it.
If he was Hindu, he could say
fact
it.
that
There's
he's
a
Muslim.
big Hindu like extremist push there. That's weird. And I don't. Hinduism is supposed to be so accepting, but I guess there's just a lot of uneducated people, and you could take advantage of that. But it's happening on like a global scale. And this guy Modi, that's the PM, Prime Minister there, which is basically president. Apparently he wasn't even allowed in America. He couldn't get a visa until he won the prime minister election.
right? Yeah, the Hindu
Because
ban.
he was the head of a state in India that like had like a genocide against Muslims to the
Really?
point that other countries were like, nah, you're not allowed here. Like you had something to do with that. I'm certain enough that you're not allowed here.
Which state is it? Warm?
Good job. Yo, you ask if India's warm?
No, they got some cold in India, right?
Up by the mountains.
There's no
way,
We
bro.
beefing
Go
over
to
that,
them
man.
Himalayas, bro.
You can't snowboard in India.
You can go snowboarding.
Is there any snow at all in the whole country?
My dad, I know for a fact, never saw snow till he came to America, and he moved here when he was like 24.
Whoa.
Damn, bro. So free my man's. What's his name?
Munawar, I think. Munawar Faruqi. I don't know if I'm
Is he
saying that
funny?
correctly.
That's the thing. Like he could be a non-funny comic, and now we gonna,
That's a good point.
we gotta put a few of them in the fucking jail. Like,
Gulag, bro.
yo, there's a few non-funny comics that gotta go, right? Like let's just call it what it is. Been
Hey.
non-funny for 20 years.
Hey, bruh.
Lock them up.
They're already in their own personal hell. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but they out there.
Start naming names, yo. What's up, pussy?
Damn, Al, that's fucked up,
Gotta
bro.
get us to make a list, yo.
Yo, you really want me to talk about unfunny comics?
Yup.
Seinfeld?
Bro, you got a link with him in Miami.
Yeah, he's probably down there chilling, right?
I heard he'd be doing the improv all the time. Was it you that said that?
Yeah, he popped in there.
All right, we're gonna bump him.
He's gonna pop in on our show, and I can't wait to see Schultz just let him up,
Yeah, I know, right?
run the light.
You really are.
I
know
would
you
let
are
him
too.
on,
You
though.
would too. You
That's
would
all I
too.
know. I would let him on. I know I would.
You
Yep.
respect greatness, dog.
Nah.
Yup.
Hey,
Yes,
I've
you
never
do.
once said you're not great. I'll also say you love greatness, and that's probably your love for Seinfeld.
Nah,
Deep down
bro.
under all this
Nah.
superficial hatred.
We're gonna have a combo, me and him, bro.
I don't know if he's gonna talk to you.
I'm gonna snuff him, yo. On site. It's on site with Seinfeld. I'm gonna bust in the fucking green room door like
like
Kramer.
Kramer.
Yeah,
Snuff him real quick.
yeah, bro. Treat him like an Indian comic, man.
That's it. Put you in jail.
What'd you say about Ganesh and lock him up, right?
Oh God. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Did
What
you-
else we got?
Did you guys see the Tiger Woods doc?
Not
not
yet,
seen it.
man.
Oh, you guys are missing
really
out.
that Did you watch
it?
Yeah, that shit is fire.
Yeah, I heard it's
that
amazing,
shit's
dude.
fire. I didn't know 90% of that about his life.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
All
like-
right, let's wait for us to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it, and then let's do like maybe next week we'll do a
do
big
it.
breakdown.
Done.
on
Bro, are you
it.
inspired to golf now?
Yes, actually.
Oh, let's go,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, you know what?
golf?
Yeah, a little, yeah. As I've gotten
So who
older,
are
I
you?
get the intrigue,
Who
bro.
are
Like,
you, dog?
all the
You belly
stereotypes
out
of
your
Florida.
hair.
Yeah.
Let's do
him.
it.
No, that's the Florida thing, though. Everyone just golfs.
But you know what's interesting though is like a buddy of mine was talking about Max Holloway, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull this full circle with Tiger. Is like, he goes like, in order to be the greatest, you have to see how the greats work. Okay, so like LeBron didn't turn it into LeBron mode until he was on Team USA with Kobe,
Correct.
right? And he saw how Kobe worked, and he was like, "Oh, this is how goats work."
Yeah.
So my boy's talking about Max, and he's like, as amazing and talented as like the fighters are in Hawaii, it's still a small cross section of the world. In order to see how the Conor McGregors or the Khabib Nurmagomedovs, like these Daniel Cormier, John Jones, like to see how these guys who are incredible at what they do, in order to see the GOATs, in order to be at that level, you have to see what they do to be at that level. The Floyd Mayweathers, these motherfuckers, you got to see how they train. So what I like watching these documentaries, Last Dance, all that kind of stuff, is like, even if they're just doing exercises that don't apply to what I do at all, I'm still like, what is their dedication level? Like, is it 12 hours a day? Like, how many things are they doing outside their sport to be great at their sport? You know, like, is Tiger Woods lifting weights because he realized that would give him some advantage? Okay, so what is my version of lifting weights? Should I be doing vocal exercises?
Right,
Like,
fucking meditating.
like, what can I do to get better at my craft? And seeing how dedicated they are to that, you know. So it's to me, that's why I love all those documentaries, man, and they really excite me. So I'm excited to watch this one. Does it get into that a little bit? Like
Like you see it from birth. He was destined to be great. There's
Really?
no way he couldn't have been great.
Oh, I love it.
Like,
Is that what it focuses on? I read a book, like a biography about
nah, it
Tiger.
touches
that
on everything.
focuses a lot on his like childhood and how his parents raised him, and
Yeah.
like it's wild. Like this wasn't a human being, in good and bad ways.
You see why the things happen to him in his life. Even you can predict his downfall, even from his childhood. Like, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now you got me hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's get it in this weekend, and then let's get it in this weekend, and then we'll knock it out.
And the Conor fight this weekend.
Oh, and a Conor fight this weekend. Yeah,
And
Conor fight is gonna
McGregor
be
Poirier,
fun.
huh?
McGregor Poirier. I like both of them. I
Right.
think that Conor takes it.
Yeah.
Yo, there's a guy named Ariel Helwani, right? He's a MMA journalist. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's so authentically himself, and he's like corny but also funny, and like makes fun of himself. He's just fucking great. And I'll tell you this: MMA has fantastic personalities around it.
Yeah.
Like the commentators of MMA do so much to move the culture.
Right.
Like Chael Sonnen is just this like incredible talker. He's like an MMA Pat McAfee in a way, right? Like, but his YouTube videos talking about the sport will do so well, and it really promotes the sport. DC, right, is incredible. Like just a natural gift and authenticity to talk on it. So these guys are really amplifying the sport because they're so interesting. In a way, like when we were growing up, remember when Roy Jones, Harold Letterman, there's one other guy, the HBO boxing team.
Oh, even before that, I was thinking Cosell and Ali.
Of course.
Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole thing.
yeah. But that happens in time. You get like the reporting team. Obviously, Joe has brought so many to it, but like Joe can't do every single event anymore.
Yeah.
But when you talk about like he was maybe the key to all this blowing up, you know?
But like DC is almost like Tim Tebow, where it's like he's like breaking down the technical side of things while it's live, and like I love when he's like officiating the matches.
Yeah, yeah. Tony Romo maybe too.
Oh, Romo, that's what I'm talking about.
Why
Yeah,
doesn't that happen to other sports like that?
I think they try, man, but the reality is a lot of these athletes are idiots.
But why are you would think like UFC fighters are like get punched in the head for a living? Like
I think it's less head contact, but also like I think there was a time where like boxing is a pretty like poor sport, man. You know, it's kind of sad, but it is. Like you have to have really very few opportunities going for you to go, I want to make a living doing this. And so those people often don't have, you know, the greatest access to education and furthering education. It's tricky, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
You know, Floyd, who knows if Floyd can even read that well?
We know.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe that was the worst case scenario with them, but
enough.
it's tough. Whereas MMA, I think that like the people that do it come from a little bit more money, not much more, but a little bit more, because you kind of need to in order to like do all those disciplines. Like taekwondo classes and like karate classes when you're a kid, like cost money. Boxing, you just go into a gym,
A ratty ass gym.
ratty ass gym, and then just start hitting a bag. And someone's like, I guess he has a membership. Like nobody cares.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude.
You don't have to do like boxing class, like to
no,
get a trainer
like
and shit?
you
Like-
just your uncle's like, oh yeah, that's Jerry's kid, and then you just start. I mean, right now to this day, to go to the Wild Carb Gym in L.A., which is
Pacquiao's
Manny
gym.
Pacquiao's trainer, Freddie Roach, it's maybe the most popular gym in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's $5. $5. He doesn't make any money on it.
Yeah.
It's just his service, right? He understands what it is. So it's like where it's MMA, a lot of these guys come up through wrestlings, let's say, right? That means you went to college. You were a collegiate wrestler. You had access to higher education. Not only that, even if you were broke and you were a great wrestler in your high school team, you had donors that were helping you out. There are other people that were like bringing you resources.
You're
so
in
you
like
could-
a youth system.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
And another difference, I think, with martial arts is that they really treat it like an art. Like, I remember when I used to do it when I was younger. Along with learning the movements, you had to do like test book reports.
Yeah.
You had to like study and research.
Oh,
so
There's
it
a
was
discipline
yeah, it was
aspect to
discipline.
it.
Like I remember we did it for one of your dropping ins. You had to take a test before you were able to get the next belt.
Oh,
A
yeah,
written test. Yeah.
that's right, that's right.
So they actually focus on, you knowing the knowledge as well as learning the movements.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, like, I guess it maybe lends itself to people who are willing to put up with those things. And so I guess the people that are doing this happen to be a little bit more advantaged, let's say. Right. I'm not saying every single person is advantaged that ends up being a fighter, but compared to the person who's coming from destitute poverty, and the one way that they don't end up being in a gang is they hang out at this boxing gym and get punched in the fucking head all day.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
So you have these great characters, man, and it's just I don't know, it's just really cool to see. I like love what's happening in MMA. I don't even understand half of it. All the jujitsu shit. Do you have any clue about it?
I have no clue.
No.
You know much more than me.
But I know nothing about it, and it's still kind of fun.
Yeah.
But as the fighting has become more of like a stand-up game, like Max's fight,
Yeah.
did you see like little
No, I
clips
saw
of
you
it?
tweeting about it.
But oh, dude, I mean, it was sensational.
Yeah, you were like really. So what happened? Because you were like really excited about it on Twitter.
It's like when you see a stand-up fight of this level with two strikers, it's boxing.
Meaning there's not a lot
on
of wrestling on the
steroids.
ground and
Exactly.
fucking going for grapples and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ground and pound is like.
It's just not as fun. It's kind of
Yeah.
boring. But these guys stood up and just punched each other in the face
Yeah.
for 5 rounds.
Okay.
And Max was on another level. Unbelievable. Right? I mean, just like his accuracy at punches. That's something a lot of people don't realize. Is like there's one thing to throw a punch. It's almost like throwing a baseball. Like all of us could get a baseball getting, maybe in the 60s or something like that.
Right.
But we have no aim at 60. We can't throw a strike
Yeah.
at 60 miles per hour. Maybe it accidentally goes there, but we don't know how to target.
Right.
Right? The same thing when you're punching. Like if you close your eyes and just swing, yeah, you could punch really hard, but you're not going to have pinpoint precision on a moving target. And that's what Max was doing. I mean, he was just picking this guy apart.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
And then it also helps he's just a class act.
Dude, he's
Yeah, I mean, like-
so like I can't even begin to tell you like when you have an organization to having someone like represent it like he did.
What do you say?
Not only the fight's on ABC,
Okay.
so everybody can watch.
So you got to be clean.
Not only do you have to be clean, he puts on this sensational performance, best performance of his career.
Right.
Unbelievable, and in the most action-packed way, right? Afterwards, he starts promoting the Conor McGregor card that's happening the next week. He's not on the card.
Oh, that's great.
He's just saying, hey, we got a great card next week. Like, he's really bought into being part of the fabric of the UFC. And he doesn't have to. It might even be to his advantage as an independent contractor to just build up his own profile and then like get the UFC to really pay him. But if I'm someone who's part of the UFC, I'm going, I'm investing everything in this man.
Yeah.
This guy leaned into the company.
Right.
I got to show all the other athletes that are part of the company that if you lean in and help, we take care of you. And I thought it was just so cool. It's literally like at the end of one of our shows going, hey, guys, thank you. If you like what I do next week,
Yeah.
here, the Are You Garbage
Doesn't
guys
even
are coming.
cross my mind.
Never.
Never.
I don't even remember the opener.
and I'm the opener. But no, I think more likely comics just look at the list and like, this motherfucker's performing here.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
how are they selling tickets?
Yep.
It's more shit talking.
Just hating. Like, yo, he sold out yet or not? Huh? How many selling? So it's just cool to see. Like, I don't know. God bless Dana White, man. You got to give him credit.
What was your point? Sorry to interrupt. What was your point about LeBron and Kobe? Because you tied that. We were going to tie that into Max Holloway.
So it's about getting Max off of the island and getting him to train with a guy like Khabib, getting him to train with a guy like Conor, getting him to train with the elite guys in his sport, and then removing him from the sport, getting him to train with Tom Brady, getting him to train with the elite guys at their profession and seeing the type of dedication that they put in.
Yeah.
And then that's where Max gets to decide if he wants to be the greatest, I believe he's a lightweight of all time, or one of the greatest fighters in the UFC of all time. And yeah, I guess that's what I would try to do. And that's what we should also try to focus on is like, we got to look at the people who have done great things, not only in our field, but in other fields, and just be like, yo, can we hang, dude, with you and just watch what you do?
Yeah.
You know, like, I just want to see how it works. You know, like, if we love somebody's production, we just think it's so cool what they did, we should go, hey, can we just watch?
Yeah.
We'd love to just watch what you do
Yeah.
and just take notes and ask questions.
I do that.
You do.
Yeah. Like I offer to be like a free hand on a set just to pick up on little cues and shit.
Oh,
like that.
really?
Yeah.
Who'd you help out?
No one yet, but I offer.
But no, that's what internships are basically.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's the whole like idea behind it, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, like interning growing up, like that was the best like experience. And
Yeah.
just watching people that were good doing what they do.
Yes. And just picking up any tips. Because right now what we do is we basically just watch what they're doing on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're seeing somebody who's like really excellent, or I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, ooh, I really like how they use music in this film.
Right.
Ooh, I really like how they use not even the score, not even the songs that they're choosing, but like the, you know, Christopher Nolan uses these like, wong.
Yeah.
You know, those sounds that
Yeah.
they're like, I don't even know what you call that. What is that sound?
I don't even know. There's like tension effects or something.
They're, yeah, basically like,
Like
tension
tone
effects.
and like it just adds like tone and not ambiance, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. But there's certain particular words for those.
Yeah, and it's just like that improves the quality of a scene. So it's like, how can we get this information? And it's one thing to just like glean it from watching, but it's another from like sitting there and being like, all right, what do you think the best thing to do is?
Right.
So yeah, in that regard, like internships or just kind of like learning from the greats is just super valuable.
Yeah.
Like I would love to sit down with like Chris Rock,
Yeah.
you know, and just be like, yo, like when you're preparing for Bigger and Blacker, you're preparing, like, what were you doing?
process? Yeah.
Am I working harder than you? If I'm working harder than you, cool. If I'm not, then we need to crank it up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not for the last special. You know what I mean? What?
Always gotta hate. So
You know what I'm saying? Nah, you know,
it could have just ended on love.
you know, I'm a rock school of
I know,
thought
I know.
comedian. That's all the love
Yeah.
for Chris. All right, what else we got, guys?
So we got a lot of politics stuff that went on. We had the inauguration. We have Trump, you know, going out a little sore loser. We have Trump throwing out mad pardons. Oh, actually, I'm disappointed in Trump
Why?
because he didn't pardon
Joe
Tiger
Exotic.
King.
Yeah, he had the chance,
Come
bro.
on, son. Like he held us down in 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Like that was a good month of just like entertainment, and we forgot about the bullshit that was going on for a solid month.
Yeah. You think that he deserves to be
Yeah,
pardoned?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's also killing mad animals, bro.
Yo,
It's
you
also
yeah.
murder though, bro. Like pardoning attempted murder, that's wild.
And if you're gonna pardon murders, you gotta get something back for it, like that Blackwater shit. You know what I mean?
Wait,
Like,
what was that?
when he pardoned like those the Blackwater agents that killed people in Iraq or whatever?
What
You guys didn't hear about this?
No.
Nah.
Oh, he like pardoned like these basically like secret operatives that
Blackwater's a private like,
Yeah.
army, essentially.
yeah, it's basically
company.
like
Yeah.
private intelligence armed people, whatever.
Yeah.
And they killed like a bunch of innocent people on accident trying to do a operation, and they
Okay.
got sentenced to prison. And then he pardoned them.
Well,
And-
did he hire them to do the operation?
No, but they were Blackwater is the company that like the DeVos family owns or something. So like it's tied up in his world is kind of what people are suggesting.
So he just scratched the back.
So he's just like, yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna get something out of this in some way or another, or like I owe you a favor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't getting nothing from Tiger King, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's nothing to be gained from that. Matter of fact, he's gonna use you.
yeah. I don't think Trump does favors.
You know, I didn't like
Nah,
it.
he does favors.
He don't do favors, but he takes care of the people that are loyal to him.
Nah, but Lil Wayne was a favor.
Because Lil Wayne promoted
loyal.
Trump.
Yeah.
Remember
Wayne-
Lil Wayne?
Oh,
endorsed
give
Trump.
it take. Okay.
That
That
is
ain't-
something I've heard about Trump, is that like, if you rock with him,
Yeah.
he'll always take care of you.
Is that why Ted Cruz is such a fucking cuck for him?
I don't know, bro.
I think that he could tell that Ted Cruz is just trying to find a power source that he
Yeah.
can cozy up next to.
Yeah.
Like Ted Cruz is like just an ultimate scumbag.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Yeah.
He's worse than Trump on
He's a
everything.
little fish, bro. He's
Little
a little
fish.
fish next to the shark. He's just
Yeah.
always looking for.
Yeah, just
another
a
little
little
shark.
fucking
Yeah,
fish,
little
dude.
parasite.
He is a
He
parasite,
just always needs somebody else to feed off
a
of.
power
'Cause he
parasite.
can't feed himself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Charismaless fuck.
Yeah, and that's your man's.
I know.
He's the governor.
Now, governor's no legs.
Oh yeah, no legs. But no, he's the senator. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. What a fucking cuck that guy is,
He's
dude.
just such a cuck, dude. I hate him.
It's
Yo,
unbelievable. Why do
hate him.
people vote for him? Is
I
the
don't understand.
No, you know what it is? The opposition has to be so horrendous.
Yeah.
Like if you ran a moderate against Ted, it's a rapski.
Yeah,
It's a
that's true.
rapski.
That's
Didn't they
true.
run that fucking Beto or some shit against him?
Yeah, I think so.
Beto ran and almost won, I think.
Yeah, but Beto ran like a bitch.
Such
He's a little
bitch,
cuck
dude.
too.
Such a bitch. I'm sorry, I'm white.
Yeah,
Fuck outta
like
here, dog.
Texans don't want that shit. You could run up
bro.
in New York with
Nah,
that nonsense.
You need like honestly, we were clowning Matthew McConaughey.
Yo,
Kind of hate.
McConaughey-
Hey, that's
That
got you
motherfucker
got
might be
my
able to do it,
motherfucking.
bro.
Hey, hook 'em, dog. Let's go.
son,
Let's
that
go.
dude would easily win.
He might
would
be able to do
destroy-
it.
I'm hoping he
Easily.
does.
And he'd be mad liberal, and he'd probably change the politics of Texas. I think people would like it.
But he
Like,
also calls out, like, he called out the Hollywood left. And he's like, y'all are making fun of Republicans for not accepting the results of the election. What the fuck were y'all doing? This is before the riots.
Right.
He's like, what were y'all
Yeah.
doing when Trump won? Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
you having a meltdown. Don't act like you're different.
Yeah.
We would love that in Texas.
So Matthew McConaughey is the way to go.
yeah, he
That's
might,
the
he
guy,
might sweep,
bro.
bro.
Yo, this shit can't be that tricky, right? Being in politics.
I feel like, honestly,
God damn it.
this shit is made easy. It's so fucking easy.
I don't think it's hard, bro.
Bro, it's hard when you're spending 6 months in Florida, bro. If you're trying to run, I can see the gears turning in his head right now, bro. He's thinking about running, bro.
Someone got that, dog. We got that.
I think I'm gonna run for president. Bro.
We got that, yo.
I think I'm gonna run for president, bro.
Yo, we got that, bro.
Nah.
We got that.
I don't fuck with
That's
politics.
your shadow making moves in the fucking.
That's my Kissinger,
Yo.
my Henry Kissinger.
Yeah.
Nah, but for real, bro, I can't. I don't know, man. I don't want to be in politics at all. I have no desire to do it, but it's so easy.
Seems dumb easy.
Part of me feels like I want to like troll a politician to the point they're like, well, if you think you can do it, why don't you take my job for a year? And I bet, and then whip that shit into shape in a year and then walk off.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part of being a politician is dealing with the whining.
Yeah, whipping into shape, I think would be tough. But winning, nah.
Now, you know what? It might be tough because, yeah, dealing with the whining is hard, but also the thing about politics that makes it so tricky is that, like, you can't do what you know is right.
Yep.
You have to get other people.
That's why whipping into shape is tough.
Yeah.
But just winning,
I'd be
bruh.
horrible
Son,
at politics, man.
Winning's hard.
Yeah.
I would be
You'd
really
be
bad. 'Cause
horrible.
I'd be like, yo, these over here is not supporting what I'm trying to do. Obviously, I know what's up.
We've seen that work.
And you don't like the fake phony shit, and you're not willing to compromise your morals to get some donors.
That will get votes, yo. Yo, you
No,
got.
but you
yo.
still need,
I'm not
you still
doing
need
politics.
Hey,
donors.
bruh. Hey,
I'm not doing
bruh,
politics.
you got it, dog.
Fine, I'll do politics. no. I'm not. I have no interest in it. I literally
But
have
it's
no interest
easy,
in
though.
it. The only
Winning
interest,
is easy.
Yes, I agree with you there. And the only interest I have in it is just proving them that they're absolute idiots and they can't do anything. That's the only
fire.
interest I have.
That's fire. That will get you elected. It just takes some charisma. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just charisma. It's a charisma
I,
game.
maybe that's why like the McConaughey's and like even the what's the guy from the Dallas Mavericks?
Mark Cuban?
Cubans of the world. Like maybe that's why they start realizing, should I just do this shit? They get this feeling because they're like, I just need to expose how incompetent these fucking imbeciles
Is that what
are.
Schwarzenegger did?
It might have been, yo.
Like, how arrogant is that dude that he comes from a different country, becomes like a celebrity, and is like, yo, I'm running this whole shit.
Yeah, but
He's
like
the greatest.
That's
dog.
just crazy.
is
Have you heard the
GOAT,
Bill
bro.
Burr joke about like, fuck, I'm not gonna do it justice, but basically everybody's like, how could he think he would get away with cheating on his wife with the housekeeper for 30 years and having another kid? He's like, because he's done everything. Of course, this guy did everything he said he was gonna do. Left a fucking war-torn post-World War II country.
Yep.
became the biggest movie star in the world, speaks no fucking English.
Yeah.
Became fucking a millionaire, opened restaurants, no cooking experience. Of course he's gonna look at this girl like, I bet I get her pregnant and nobody would ever find out.
At least he kept it in house. You gotta respect that.
Right, he kept it in for
He
sure.
didn't
bro.
step out.
Yeah, that's true.
He didn't step out.
Is
Son.
it stepping out if you do it in your house?
Yeah.
No.
Bro, I was talking about this on Brilliant Idiots yesterday. And it's been fucking driving me crazy ever since. You know how like incest is illegal? Like incest porn is illegal?
Yeah, okay.
So like you can't have twin porn. They can't do anything
Okay.
to each other because it would be incest. And I was talking to my girl about this and she said this was kind of interesting. She's like, what if it's like they look alike and you just say they're twins? And I was like, you're a problem solver. That was impressive. Like you just figured out a way to do incest porn without doing incest porn.
Andrew and G easy.
That's
You know what I mean?
genius.
Getting it in.
That's absolutely genius. So the incest porn thing, the twin thing, you can't do it. You can't have twins share a nut.
Right.
Is that
Right.
illegal or
Illegal.
Is it just gross?
It is illegal. It is illegal. Not allowed. Twins cannot share a nut, which I think is incredibly ironic because they're literally here because they shared a nut.
Good point.
Now, how the fuck can they not share a nut?
That's a good point.
Don't you think that should be reason enough why identical twins should be able to do porn?
Yeah.
If
I'm
they're
sold.
identical, yeah.
Tell me this guy ain't a politician, yo.
Yeah.
Problem solver.
Uh-huh.
Put your wifey in the cabinet.
Yep.
Bang. You know
I don't
what
care
mean?
if one is a guy and one's a girl. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You know?
Wait, what?
What?
Mark,
He's
how do
talking
you
about
have
Game of Thrones right now.
how do you have guy-girl identical twins, Mark?
Bro, you can have guy-girl identical twins.
No, you can't, because then they wouldn't be identical.
I think they can be.
Mark?
I think they can
Mark? Identical means they're identical. You can't be identical if it's a guy and a girl.
be. But it could be two guys.
Or two girls.
But also
And
two
that
guys.
should be allowed because you can't get pregnant. The only reason incest is wrong is so you can get pregnant.
'Cause you
Well,
get
there's other reasons,
Yeah.
but like, it's gross as fuck. But also, you two guys can't get pregnant, two girls can't get pregnant.
I gotta search it.
no retard babies.
I gotta search that.
That's a
shit.
big deal.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, that's why this guy should be president, yo. Let's just
I'm not running
run,
for
dog.
politics.
It's
I'm
mad
not.
easy,
I'm not
bro.
going to be in
It's
politics.
the easiest.
No.
So brother,
I'll be a
sister-
judge.
brother,
I could be a
sister is
judge.
illegal also.
I could be a
Nah,
Supreme Court
I don't
judge.
trust your temperament for judge.
I'd be a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah, nah,
Nah,
you
I
got
don't
it.
trust
I'm
your
a
temperament.
justice.
No.
I want to bring justice.
Nah, you wouldn't get that. You could win an election, but Supreme Court justice is not an election. That's not up to the people.
So here's the thing: we're not going to do this, and we're not going to do this. But if we did do it, that
the
shit would be
beginning of us
mad
doing it.
fun.
This is
And
what he told me about Miami. That's exactly how Miami started.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50.
Yeah, we're 50-50 right now.
But if we did it, it would be mad fun.
Why do you say we?
Well, if I'm going to do it, you guys are going to do it.
I'm in.
What am I gonna be?
You know, the guys.
You're the Kissinger, dog.
You know who Henry Kissinger is?
Yeah,
I was the guy
had
that jumped in front of the bullet.
Kissinger had like a title though. Like, don't we have to run also?
No, but yeah, you guys are my cabinet.
Oh, so we get appointed.
Yeah.
Oh,
come
lit.
on,
Okay, I
bro.
thought we had to run also.
No.
Okay,
Nah,
yeah.
we all help the running. Like, we all devise the
son.
plan. And then you
Mad
guys become
easy.
my cabinet.
Mad
that's fair.
easy, dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in charge of the urban department.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
This is urban development.
Let's go.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
gentrify with a lot of white women.
Let's
Every
go.
neighborhood
Okay.
develops.
A lot of Canadians coming in.
This is international relations.
Uh huh. And you know
Okay.
what I am,
And
baby.
finance.
Secretary of Health. Let's go. I fit the part, bro. I look like it. I'm good.
Miles, transportation. You know what I mean? Whipping
Possibly
U-Hauls.
transportation.
Yeah, that's a truck driving looking motherfucker.
Nah, we're not
bro.
doing that shit. We're not doing that
It's
shit, bro.
wild easy, yo.
I mean, we're definitely going to be a Supreme Court justice. All of us.
All of us. Yeah.
will be one Supreme Court justice.
Be like, yo,
Changing up the role.
I gotta talk to my buddies about this one. So,
just have a group text like, hey, what are we doing about this pro-life, pro-choice shit?
like, Justice Schultz, why do you have AirPods in? You're like, I'm on a group call right now.
These women trying to not get scooped out when they get pregnant. How we feel about this, guys? Al's just like, I feel very strongly about this. Oh,
We
no,
got
no.
a
But yo,
little
low
bit-
key, we're not doing it. But low key, if we were, asshole army, how absolutely hilarious would it be thinking back to this conversation,
Oh, yeah.
right? Inauguration day, 10 years from now, or 8, whatever.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll give it 12. Right? Like low key, they're like, bro, I remember listening to that pod where they said they would never run for fucking government, but then they did.
Do you think you could run for government in another country though? You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, because I don't know the language well enough to charisma it up.
I don't
But we
know.
can charisma the fuck out of political
Part of me is
office,
like,
dog.
should I just
That's
become-
how Trump got here, mad charisma.
Yeah,
All of us together, we got Trump charisma.
I think so. But I'm thinking like the way Schwarzenegger just came over here and was just like, yeah, I can do that. They think I'm foreign. They don't know me. Like, can I just go to like, I don't know, Cayman Islands or something and just be the president? How hard is that to do?
So that's some real colonial attitude
Yeah,
that's baked into whites,
Yeah,
bro.
dog.
He didn't pick
I didn't
no
even know
white
how.
island,
I was like,
bro.
why?
That's a white
You see
island.
what
That's
he
the
just
whitest
did?
island.
Yeah, you see
what
what he
island
just
is
did,
white?
bro?
What island's white?
Look at his hands. Look at his hands. His hands is
What
doing it.
island's
He had
white,
the
bro?
saucers. He had the
I
saucers.
didn't notice
it.
son.
I
He
didn't
had
notice
them
it.
saucers
Name a white
going,
island.
bro.
Name a white island.
Real talk. He's like,
America.
Is there an island I could go take over? That's really what he figured.
Staten. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's actually a great point. Yeah, Staten's the only white island.
Honestly, it would be way more fun to do that.
What?
To go to a small place and really help make change.
And I could help out a little. You know what I mean?
Nah,
But I'm telling you, you can't because
you can't
it's the
make
white
change,
shit.
but we could win. That's all I'm saying. We can't make no fucking change. It's too much gridlock.
If we go to
That's- yo,
Sierra
she's mad
Leone, if we go to
gridlock.
Sierra Leone, we can't help out a little.
Nah, we could definitely help out, bro. Build
Yeah,
some
man.
wells and
We'll
Oh,
shit.
I would do that shit. in
Also,
Africa.
why they still
That's what I'm
working on
saying.
wells?
Yeah.
Like, just get faucets.
Yeah, yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
yo,
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's
yo,
how easy it is to fix Africa.
Wait till it
Yeah,
rains.
like, yo, y'all be doing wells all
Yeah.
the time. Get a faucet.
Uh-huh.
Because they've
Get a
already-
shower.
Turn
and a
that shit
bath.
on. There's unlimited water that comes
Yeah,
out.
if you got a faucet, the water comes right out.
They probably go with wells because they've already done so much digging for diamonds. They're just like,
You
we
might
can go
as well
a couple
find
more
a well.
feet. You know
Yo,
what I mean?
first of all, why we digging the wells when they the best at digging?
That's a great
Y'all
point.
know how to dig.
Yeah.
Once you get the diamonds, keep going.
Yeah, a little
You
more.
gonna get some water.
Keep going.
Almost there. When you drown, you got it. Nah, but for real, dude. I think that I think we could run. But here's the thing. That senator shit,
gay,
pussy.
gay, bro.
congressman, pussy.
Gay.
Can't do nothing.
Now we out.
Mayor, governor, president. Only things that matter.
I like
Just hop
Surgeon
your
General.
President, son. Surgeon
All
General.
right, I'm gonna give you Surgeon
Surgeon
Gen.
General's fire.
For
You
what,
can be
dog?
Surgeon Gen.
Put your little
That's-
fucking cigarette warnings on. Everybody listen
That's
to.
just the two most fire
Yeah.
things you can be.
Nah, that shit's
A
pussy,
surgeon
dog.
and a general.
Yeah.
He's just going off the names.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the power is
Bro,
whack.
come on.
What
That's why
else?
you can't.
What else do you do?
That's why you Kissinger, yo.
Nah, now I don't know. I think I
Yeah.
gotta bring him down. You're gonna do whatever Jared Kushner did.
I don't even know what that motherfucker did.
Nah, low key, he kind of did a lot of shit.
Really?
Yeah, I think he pieced up the Middle East. I
Really?
think that's all Kushner. Like low key, I think he was like underrepresented in his success in the Trump administration because I think that he brokered all those treaties.
Yo, you think we look back on Trump's presidency and be like, some of this shit was all right.
Some of the shit was all right. But
Can I tell you?
But
Go,
do you
go,
think
go.
the media will do that?
Go,
Like,
I have something about this.
I think
but go.
pre-corona, you're going to look at a lot of his policies and be like, up until corona, a lot of good policies. Like the way he handled China, everybody else was just sucking their little dicks. and he was just like, nah, bro, that shit too small, dog. I got this
want the
big
big-
American
you want the-
sausage,
the
yo.
fat-
I got the
yeah,
fucking,
inches,
we
baby.
got the nukes.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I think today I sent this thing to Mark today. I was follow this one like independent journalism account on Instagram.
Shout him out whenever you can.
I gotta get the name of it. I forgot the name. They need to get their marketing up.
You're in the marketing, bro.
You know what I mean? Tricky ass motherfuckers. It's called popular.front. Okay. Instagram has already flagged their video for sensitive content, as they should, because it's the bomb exploding in Iraq. So a double suicide bombing today in Baghdad's Tahrir Square by ISIS, right? 32 dead, 100 wounded, absolutely tragic. It's fucking horrible. But my immediate reaction, and I have no proof for this whatsoever, but my immediate knee-jerk reaction is the war machine, the American war machine, didn't even wait 24 hours
That's my thought.
before Biden won to blow some shit up
That's
in the
my
Middle
thought.
East. Literally, Mark texts me as he's watching the inauguration. He goes, "Uh-oh." I go, "What?" He goes, "Biden just said we need to protect our troops." I was like, "We going to war, baby."
Yeah.
But they didn't even wait 24 hours before. Now, this is assuming, and this is conspiratorial, so there's no truth to this whatsoever.
Feelings only, no
feelings,
facts.
no facts right now. They didn't even wait 24 hours before a fucking terror cell who hasn't done nothing as far as we're concerned in a long
ISIS been mad quiet.
ISIS has been dead silent.
Where have they been?
They see what's happening in America. They're like, y'all got that. Y'all tearing each other apart without us. Go ahead.
All I'm saying is the stereotype of a traditional politician
Yep.
like Biden or Bush is that they are driven by, the decisions are driven by the war machine that exists in America, right? So is this a reason to get back out to the Middle East and start fighting terror again? Are we right back at the beginning? And if that is the case, if we go right back to the Middle East and we start bombing these innocent motherfuckers and we start, bolstering up these terror cells, then I think people will look back at Trump and they'll go, oh, shit.
I don't know. I think the opposite could happen.
Well, let me finish the point. I think that people will look back at Trump and I think they go, oh, he really did not want to intervene in the Middle East. Oh, shit. He really was, at least geopolitically, right? His global policy was pretty decent, hard on China, and we weren't constantly at war in the Middle East. That was pretty good. I think people will separate what happened at home and his buffoonery and how America operated overseas. Go.
I don't know. I think people can still blame him. And they go, because of Trump's lack of intervention, ISIS is 10 times worse. So we got to go over there.
I think objectively is what he's saying.
They'll just blame Trump for
I
anything.
disagree with that.
Interesting. So this is already strategized by the Dems potentially to go, see, we weren't strong on ISIS during the Trump administration, and they built up enough communication and intel to get their cells back to doing terrorist
Well,
plots.
Republicans tried that with the Iraq war in 2000.
And that shit worked. We've been in the Middle East.
Yeah, but now
nonstop
we
ever
see
since.
through it. Now we're like, oh, y'all were just doing that.
They could
Bro.
just blame Trump for everything. I think people will buy it.
I hope.
They blame
I'm
Trump
saying,
for literally
looking
anything.
back,
Yeah.
now we look back at that war like, oh, they didn't have fucking.
No, you're right. I agree
So
with
I
you,
think that's what we will say. Trump was divisive. He was this. He was that. Bad for politics
America.
between Americans.
Yeah.
Very divisive. But geopolitically, his policies weren't all bad.
Yeah.
You can separate. There's a gray area between good president, bad president, which is some of his policies were good. We stayed out of war. Non-intervention was good.
I think it's very hard to determine good or bad with geopolitics. It's really what side you're on. So you can look at what Trump did and look at it as a good thing, or you can look at it from another point of view and be like, oh shit, he had like almost double the amount of drone strikes that Obama had in his first 4 years, and then we like say that's a bad thing. But it's like he lowered the amount of troops overseas, so that's a good thing. It's really just how you look at it. Like, and there's no blueprint to the shit, so
body
nobody
makes that
could be like good or bad.
Beat my
Yeah.
ass with that one.
No, I hear what you're saying, and I'm sure that the opposition is always looking at us as bad.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't think terrorists believe they're terrorists.
Yeah.
They believe that they are freedom fighters. What's that saying? Is one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter or something like that. But since you're the ops, is fuck y'all.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing, man. It's like you exist within, the confines of your country, and you're almost like forced to justify the things that happen that create this lifestyle that you don't want to give up. We could talk all this shit that we want about how America is in our relation with the rest of the world, but people not ready to pay $10 a gallon for gas.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Give us 6 months of not having the global control that we have, and you're going to see a lot of people flip conservative.
Yep.
You're going to see a lot of people flip into interventionists. It's
Well, this was
This
some
is a
people.
perfect example of our shittiness.
what the iPhone.
If we made the iPhone with and we paid little Chinese kids what they deserve to be paid, this shit is $8,000 or whatever. You're not keep the cost low. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not giving them an iPhone and I'm not paying $8,000 for it.
How much
I'll deal with it.
luxury will we sacrifice
Yeah.
for somebody that we've never met,
Yep.
someone that we do not know, someone that we don't even have the ability to communicate with, to have a marginally better life?
I've heard this theory with Mitch McConnell, with the reason why he was sandbagging Trump so hard, and why in Georgia they ran Loeffler and they weren't putting on good campaigns. They weren't campaigning hard in Georgia at all.
Yeah.
And one theory is that why they were withholding stimulus or whatever. Trump was yo, we got to give them
If
more
Trump
money.
gave the stimulus before,
That's the thing.
they
Trump
win Georgia.
Saagar's been saying this.
The thing is, Trump wanted to, and then McConnell goes, nah. Trump flipped up at the end, and then McConnell goes, nah. And one theory that I read was that he's trying to put all the control in, the Democrat hands, so that if everything goes to shit, or if people are unhappy, there's going to be a huge swing back to like conservative politicians.
That's long play shit.
McConnell
That's
be
brilliant
thinking, though.
long play shit.
Yeah, the Republicans think this shit through way better.
But the Democrats did too. You got to put some respect on the Dems. Like, we've been shitting on the Dems thinking that they have absolutely no strategy. And they went out there, they flipped Georgia. They got Trump the fuck out of here. They literally took control. So we could call Nancy Pelosi dumb and Chuck Schumer dumb, but
That's true.
you the dummy if you calling the victor dumb.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like, you need to put a little respect on their names if you're going to want to take them out.
It's true.
But that is if like McConnell's just flubbing that shit, throwing it to try to get his
I mean,
boys in.
I think it makes sense. If you see the impending economic doom that could happen in America, right? Because of the pandemic. It seems like we've been peeing on ourselves. That's a term I often use. But like, when you're peeing on yourself, it's warm. It don't feel that bad. The second you run out of pee, it starts to get cold and you're like, this is awful. I need to stop this immediately, right? So we've been peeing on ourselves printing money. Eventually, we're going to stop printing money. And we're going to actually feel the delayed reaction of this pandemic. Yes, it's happened to a lot of people. I'm not saying there aren't people suffering, but the true suffering, I think, is yet to come in terms of like the magnitude of the effect economically of this
They've been
pandemic.
predicting a deflation for a long time, which is just like prices of everything coming down.
Yep.
And it just hasn't happened.
It happened in Miami. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if you were planning for that and you're Mitch McConnell, you're like, oh shit, if this is about to happen within the next 4 years, we can blame all that on how the Dems have been running the country, the policies that they choose, and we can crush people's trust in Democratic leadership, and then in 4 years, flip it back.
They just look at history and they see the crisis that happened in 2008, and then all Obama had to do was just run on change. Like, we're so bad, changes will be better. And that's what won him the election.
But he won twice.
No, but I'm saying his first term, he was able to get elected because he ran on change, and we were doing so bad in the economy that we're like, fuck it, we'll take that chance.
I'm arguing against McConnell's logic, not you, but I'm arguing if that's McConnell's logic, you did that. Barack did that in 2004 and then won again in 2008 and then won again in 2012.
Yeah, but
I guess
if he wasn't able to improve the economy, he would have been fucked.
Yeah.
So now it's like, we know that we have an impending like doom in terms of the economy. So it's like, yo, let it happen on the Dems watch, so that way we can run this shit back and have an
You guys are
Obama
saying the
fall.
same thing, just in different times.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Basically, McConnell's planning on a reactionary vote.
Yeah.
In the same way Obama was voted in, some might say reactionary
Yeah.
to this economic collapse
Yeah.
that we have just witnessed.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make sure that these bankers can't do this shit, and we're going to
Right.
button up all these things. And most people are like, well, yeah, we must, because look, my home is gone and all these other people are poor. We need some regulations over here.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what happens. I think also it's going to be telling what happens in Texas and Florida. If you're going to see these red states thrive through this impending economic doom that is definitely going to target the blue states, because oftentimes the blue states are going to have these big inner cities that are kind of unlivable during pandemics. Like throughout history, this is what happens, right? Like when people are living on top of each other, obviously disease spreads much faster. So people are going to gravitate away from that, right? They're going to go to the suburbs and they're going to go to these other states. And if those states thrive while these blue states are getting crushed, ooh, no bueno.
Here's
No
the other thing
bueno.
I've thought of with that: the other ripple effect of everybody leaving New York and everybody leaving big cities and moving to all these other like secondary, tertiary cities. Liberals are
Good-ass
moving,
word,
there.
bro.
Yeah, I know.
That was a good ass word.
As I thought of it, I was like, "Yo, I killed that."
Yeah.
I hope I
That
used it
word
right.
was fucking good, bro.
I hope I used it
Tertiary.
correctly. But point is, quaternary cities. You know what I mean? We just out there. But my,
What?
Whoa, that's
the fourth.
crazy.
but
What?
Oh shit, you know the fourth?
yeah, I think so.
That was
so.
crazy.
That was
Whoa,
nuts,
you gotta
bro.
chill with that.
You gotta drop a flex bomb on that shit. son.
All right, guys, get the
All right.
makeup.
Go.
There's liberals moving to these states now. Texas might flip
What's
blue.
fifth?
I don't know.
No, pentagonal.
Pentenary?
Pentenary.
Shut up. son.
Pentenary or quintenary? Quintenary sound like a Mexican girl just got a birthday party. That bombed. Just like the Middle East.
No, but those states are going to start to flip blue because those people are going to bring their liberal ideals to these red states.
That could happen,
The Electoral
too.
College might not even be that big of a deal in like 10, 15 years if it continues.
That's a
just
great
for
ass
cities to
point.
die.
But then you could also look at all these like liberals who've shit all over southern states, especially
Yeah.
Florida and Texas, and then they move there and they go, "Yo, these people are kind of nice, and it is kind of cool to have this freedom, and hey, maybe conservatism ain't that bad." There
It's a
could
really
be,
interesting time.
yeah, there could be a little shift right there,
It could
dude.
go. It could go either way. Or the
Are we
liberals
gonna
could be
live?
like, "Oh shit, these liberals aren't as cucked out as I thought they were," and so it could go. It could swing
Oh,
either
that's-
way.
And you just get more
right.
experience with different, like so much of
Oh my
racism and
God,
prejudice is just I don't have experience with these people. But
Yeah.
as gay motherfuckers start moving to Tulsa because it's cheaper and you can live the same life, and to bring up James Altucher's article about New York being dead,
Yeah.
and everything is going to be done work at home. Everybody going to be working at home for every company.
Right.
So live wherever the fuck you want to, work wherever the fuck you want to. Then we all just start running into each other, and then conservatives might be like, I'm experiencing more black people, gay people, whatever.
Yeah.
They're great, they're fine.
Oh, and that's better for liberals, really.
Yes, but
really
also
bad.
liberals, to Andrew's point, could be like, "Yo, economically, this tax shit sucks."
Bro, what happens?
It just pushes both people to the center.
Yeah, which
What-
could be great.
And also, the liberal states are going to increase taxes. Like Cuomo was already talking about that shit.
Fucking loser, this
But
guy
they're
is.
going to do it because you need to create revenue.
Yeah, well, you know what you losing revenue on? Our Patreon. You know what I mean, motherfucker?
So we're incorporating in Texas. No, but what's really interesting is could we be existing at a time where the parties flip again? You know how like the Republican Party was the party of civil liberties and
Yeah.
was the party of civil rights. You know what I mean? The party of Abraham Lincoln, they often say. And obviously it was a very different party than it is now.
Yeah.
Right? But could we be existing in a time where there's another flip that happens?
Yeah,
That could be kind of cool.
great.
That'd be cool.
Holy shit. And then you got to explain to your kids.
Yeah, it was different, but it's the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, something else I'm wondering, what happens to QAnon?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, you know what's weird is how much QAnon looks like Gagnon with it just spelled out.
Whoa.
Yo, it's got pretty much all the letters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. QAnon is so it's fascinating, man. Because for everybody who's listening, like QAnon was this big conspiracy theory, and that they thought that Trump was this guy who was going to get all the pedophiles and lizards out of politics and Hollywood, and he was just going to cure all the evils that existed in America.
It's a
And
great episode of a Netflix special about this, if you
absolutely
guys wanna check it
amazing. You guys should check it out. Episode 2 wouldn't let us put any clips out with that episode, probably. Because they're a bunch of pedophiles. but yeah, so QAnon this whole time has been going, no, Trump's gonna save the day and he's gonna get all these motherfuckers out of here. He's gonna put Hillary Clinton's head on a stake. It's over.
And no matter what happened, they reposition it to say, oh, no, Trump is actually going to do this. And that's how he's going to expose the pedophiles.
And now Trump is out.
Yeah.
They never planned for him to be out. They thought that he was gonna have the army on his side and they were gonna storm the Capitol.
Release
or
the
whatever.
Kraken, bro.
Yeah.
The release the Kraken is what they're saying. That was one of like
that
the
was
Q
Sidney
drops.
Powell's big thing.
Who?
Sidney Powell, she was like one of his attorneys, and she was like, "Yo, we got the Kraken. Like, you guys just wait. Like, all this election fraud, we're gonna expose all of it. We got all of it coming up.
Nothing.
Still waiting.
So what happens to QAnon? What do those people do? What do they become? I mean,
It's honestly going to be fun to watch because they're still grasping. Like, they're just shifting the whole narrative. What is it now? You were saying, I think, like, Trump is still somehow going to expose. He's going to use this person, and then he's going to expose everything.
Oh yeah. I think like the diehards will like just keep on moving the goalposts.
and
But
it's going to be so funny to watch.
yeah,
Fucking losers. What a bunch of fucking losers.
But what do those people do? Do you just go back to work? Like
don't
you've
have
dedicated
jobs?
so much of your life
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be
I
so
think you
funny.
just find a new conspiracy and a new movement.
and just lean into it, but
Yeah.
completely different, or does
like-
it have to be like wrapped up in the same thing?
I think it could be different, completely different.
You just need something to occupy your time.
Yeah.
You need a new show. You need sports. You need something.
Some other
The
explanation.
fact that just lizard people is a part of anything that people like believe in and want to try to uncover, like it's just that's crazy.
Nah,
so
we
they can
need-
believe in anything. If they can believe in lizard people, they can believe.
You
in
don't think there's lizard people, bro?
Nah, sir. Come on, sir.
Come on, son.
Come on, sir.
Come on, son.
Come on, son.
hey, let me say
Bud
this. Let me say this. If
a New
there's
York-
lizard people, Andrew's going to expose them in 12 years when he runs for president.
That's facts, bro.
El presidente.
Yo, we gotta take on all the Qs, bro. Those are devout fans. Real talk.
yeah.
Yo, those are some real motherfuckers. We need to bring on the Qs, but we take them in the right direction. Mm-hmm. I think that's a great idea.
Schultz 2032. Yeah, that's what we're gonna take.
2032, we are out here. We are running, bro. we're running for president of
Hey.
Canada.
Hey,
Let's go.
Now Al's all about it. Can't fucking wait. All right, what? What?
I was gonna say when you say we, that means it's going down. He don't lie when he's talking about we.
Bro, when I say we,
It's good.
it's all seriousness. Nah, but with QAnon, man, I really don't know. I don't know what those people do. I imagine they find some other distraction. At the end of the day, it's really just about like occupying your time.
Yeah, I
man.
know. That's why we need sports to get really popular again.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
without it, you're all just going in these fucking.
I wonder what they
idiotic
think
directions.
happened. Like, if you believe that this government agent was giving you guys little tidbits, and then all of a sudden it just goes ghost. Like, what
Do they
do they think they got duped,
Yeah.
or do they think that like, oh, they must have got to him? The feds like got our guy.
I don't think you can let go of something you bought into that. Not this quickly. If you bought into it that hard, you're not letting go.
Yeah, I don't know what happens.
Sit him in front of a fucking.
They might just
football
they
channel.
might just be like, oh, Trump got turned because he got too close, and then they'll find a new savior.
Yeah.
What if that shit was
prop 'em up.
what
They'll
if that-
just they'll prop up another figure.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're gonna do. Yeah, it's interesting, man. But it is interesting how like these things, and we spoke about it in the Netflix special, but like it's interesting how these things pop up when there isn't that like constant distraction that like sports provided, or even a TV show. Like I don't think people realize how important having something like a podcast or a weekly activity
Yeah.
that gives you purpose. Like you got a shitty job, right?
Yeah.
You're in a shitty relationship or in no relationship. You got no kids. You need something to keep you going every week.
Yep.
Just walking outside is not enough for a lot of people.
Like you said in the special, Corona just locked you inside, so now you're really ready.
And then
Perfect.
what happens if the thing that you start to be invested in was virtuous?
Oh, I'm in. I'm all in.
So not only is it distraction, you are playing a key role in the expulsion of pedophiles. You must feel like a hero.
Gives you purpose.
Purpose,
All we want is purpose.
pats on the back, but is purpose the best purpose? Being a Knicks fan ain't purpose. I don't feel good about myself.
Yeah, that purpose sucks, bro.
That purpose
Yeah,
stinks.
season
That's
after
facts.
season, bro.
It's the worst. But being a pedophile hunter, you feel like the man.
Yo, have you seen the people that just do that like freelance?
Son, I saw a Lad Bible or something like that. They do
Yeah.
these like 9 minutes with, and it was just a thing with a guy who like he was molested, and he was like, nah, now I'm just going after all these motherfucking pedophiles.
Bro,
I'm
that
hunting
shit is
them.
wild.
that's-
there,
Hunt
was
some.
there was a YouTube channel that got taken off because it was literally just like two black dudes in the hood, and they would like bait pedophiles and they coming into their place.
Yeah.
And then just beat the shit out
That's
of them.
fire.
I love
That's
that.
fire, yo.
I love
That's
that.
fire.
That's
If
how.
if
That's
QAnon
how
was that, I'm in.
Yeah.
That shit was wild. They
I'm
banned
in.
them because they're like, you can't just be beating up people
Nah.
you think are
Nah,
doing
beat their
bad
ass.
shit. Yo,
Why no superheroes do that? Superheroes always trying to stop aliens and shit. Stop a pedophile.
I
yo.
like
Stop
what they're
a
doing.
diddler.
Way better than what Chris Hansen is doing. Mad duplicitous, offering cookies and shit like
Yeah.
that. Fuck you.
Yo.
Why you
What?
betraying people?
uh-huh.
What do you mean he's offering cookies, Levain?
Oh my gosh.
What kind of cookies, bro?
Bro, that
like
shit sounds
could
fire.
that could get you to show up. Like, wait, there's what?
Yeah.
There's a teenage girl in Levain cookies.
Mike's Hard Lemonades? Like, what's going on?
What if they really just like the cookies?
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's what they always say too.
What do they say?
What were you doing here? Cookies.
I mean, depending on how good the cookies, you got to hear it out.
Did you see it, bro? I used to watch The Catch a Predator for hours, bro. That's just my
Really?
favorite show.
What
Bro.
happened to
watched
you as a
Bits and
child,
Pieces.
bro?
I don't know.
Why,
Bro.
why are
Chris
you
Hansen's
watching
my
it?
dad.
He was learning how to not to get caught.
Bro, you got to be close to greatness to be great. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you always said. You know what I mean?
So wait, so go on.
No, but there's this one dude that goes in and he's like, Chris Hansen's like, hey, why don't you have a seat? And he sits down and Chris Hansen's like, do you know why you're here? And he's like, yeah, just to have some pizza. And Chris Hansen's like, all right, well, I think you're here because you wanted to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. He goes, yeah, but can I have the pizza?
Let's go.
And then he ate 2 full slices of pizza while talking to Chris Hansen
That is
about diddling a girl,
hysterical,
bro.
dude. That is absolutely fucking hysterical.
So I guess if you had to handle it, that's probably, I mean, you could like, you got one piece of pizza before you leave.
Yo, you
We
know-
got to go to this pizza place, bro. We got to go to this pizza place.
Did he mention the type of pizza exciting him?
No, he didn't get that far. What do you mean?
Pizza in general? He's excited by the idea of pizza in general?
Yeah, he brought pizza. He's like, yeah, I want to have some
That
pizza.
is true. There was a comedy show that used to offer free pizza, and that shit was packed out every week. People came for pizza.
And what is cheese
This
pizza
guy's gonna
stand
come for pizza.
Pizzagate, bro.
Cheese pizza, CP, child pornography.
Oh shit.
Whoa, bro.
shit.
Third eye.
Oh,
That's how
shit.
QAnon starts.
Well, it might have been delivered from that Comet pizza.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Could come from Comet Ping Pong. Mm-hmm. Hello, cuckoo. Anyway.
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
There
you
was an
notice
Indian
some-
on To Catch a Predator, and mad kids I knew got calls from their parents, including me, being like, "God, you got to be careful. There's an Indian on To Catch a Predator." And I was like, what do you think I'm doing?
Your parents were like,
Like
this
every
could,
Indian
could
parent,
be you.
if there's a story that's negative about an Indian, they're just like, yo, you got to be careful. Like there's an Indian that robbed a bus, and they were like, guys, you got to be careful out there. And I was like, what do you think my day-to-day is?
Do
That I gotta-
do
What are they
think,
thinking?
Do
I
they
don't
think
know.
that you're
Somehow-
going to be a pedophile? Or do
Somehow
they,
I'm going to be a pedophile or
or
get
do they think
arrested
he was
for-
wrongly convicted?
No, I think they think he did it, but just the idea of seeing an Indian, they're just like, oh, fuck, they're
Do
coming
they think
for us.
that they're going to beat you up for being Indian as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what
what
I
I
thought it
think.
was, like on
I
some
don't
9/11
know.
shit.
Yeah.
But I think
Oh,
they
they're
were just
so
like,
9/11
stay off the internet.
traumatized.
Yeah, they got that PTSD from what they did to America.
Yeah, never forget, okay? I might have to do the Hindu band we were talking about. But yeah.
All right, let's take some questions. All
All right.
right,
Yo,
let's go.
can I say one thought about the inauguration?
Yes, please. Are we cutting it?
Maybe. That shit was kind of boring.
Wait, what's hang on one second.
I've been waiting to say this the whole time. If you compared what happened 2 weeks ago at the Capitol to what happened yesterday at the Capitol, there's no question which one was more fun to watch, right?
Yeah.
I
100%.
mean,
Yeah, the Trump Capitol stuff was way more cool than the Biden
way
Capitol
more
stuff.
entertaining. Pure entertainment value.
Yeah.
We gonna miss Trump.
That's probably why Trump didn't go. If he showed, he probably fucking busted a window out or some shit.
It's not gonna get better than what we
Yeah,
did.
just for old time's sake.
Yo, what if he said, I'm not going because I lost. I'm just not going because it's boring. Like,
I'd be with it.
you kind of understand it. Like, if he, what if he was just like, I don't want to sit in the cold for 3 hours, like, to just hear some guy give some speech that everybody gives. It's a boring thing. Like, I don't want to put myself through that.
If I was him, I would have sat next to Bernie.
Yeah.
Just post up next to him with my
So,
mittens.
son, Bernie, that shit was so funny, dog. That motherfucker was everywhere.
Yo, if
Yeah,
you're, if
the
you're,
meme
Just
of him-
looking so New York.
if you're Biden, how tight are you about that?
What? They're like, he won?
That literally Biden wins and then Bernie's getting all the coverage. You're like, God damn it.
Man, where's that love for Bernie when it's voting time? That's the thing. Everybody loves to stroke Bernie until it's time. Motherfucker. Hold on. All right, let's do it.
All right, Rohan Misra, how about the NRA declaring bankruptcy so they can screw over everyone they owe money to in New York and move down to Texas? The downside of going bankrupt is you have bad credit, right? Well, that doesn't seem to matter for a large nonprofit, does it? I think a flagrant fact-finding mission is in order.
What's this?
The NRA, and Mark had brought this up last
Oh,
time.
yeah, the NRA is moving down to Texas.
They filed for bankruptcy.
Where
Yeah,
were they
moving to
before?
Texas.
New York, apparently.
Really?
Which is wild. That was the most surprising fact about
Well,
this whole
yeah.
thing.
Oh, they're trying to be on enemy territory kind of thing?
I'm just saying, if you're a lobbyist, if you're
DC,
a gun
right?
lobbyist, don't you want to be in the place that's got the strictest gun laws? Like, it's redundant to be in Texas. You don't need to do anything in Texas. Everybody's like, yeah, we like guns. But if you really want motherfuckers to be accepting of guns, the ones who are against it, you got to go to the places where they're
Well, I would
against it.
think D.C. because then you can impact
Yeah, that's a
policies
good
or
point.
whatever.
They got to have an office in D.C.
Nice one, boy. Yo, I want to learn more about lobbies. That shit seems so cool how they do it.
Yeah, what,
Bribing their way and everything they
that's
want
some other
to.
shit that Trump peeled off.
What's that?
That like one of the things he did when he first got in office was that he said if you served in politics, you can't all of a sudden go work for the private sector and earn a bunch of money like lobbying and shit. Mm-hmm. And there was like kind of mixed reviews and like sort of like cautious praise for it because people were like, oh shit, that seems like a good thing to do. Mm-hmm. And the night before the inauguration,
Pardons?
he pulled it back. He repealed it. So he had it in by executive order, and then the night before he goes, yeah, you guys can swamp it up again.
Wow.
That's so
fucked
petty,
up.
yo.
Yeah.
Why he's so petty?
I hate the way he went out, son.
Yeah, it was kind of pussy,
Like, just
right?
go out the way he was in it. Like,
But I think
Swinging.
he was
Yeah,
trying to
go out
protect his
swinging.
family. That's my assumption. Like he's like,
Oh, y'all
so
go ahead
they
and get
can-
these ill ass jobs.
yeah, like Don Jr. Go be a lobbyist. Go work in
Yeah,
the
go
private
get some
sector.
money, yeah.
And if you served as my whatever, you can't, or Kushner, or whoever else, Ivanka.
Ah, that's interesting. But if he won both terms, he wouldn't have to do it because he'd be setting up his kids to run for office immediately afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
a possibility.
it looked like, oh shit, he's draining the swamp, and then right before he goes, faucet back on.
Yeah, interesting.
Did you hear that he ended up writing a letter to Biden?
Yeah, I
What'd he
heard
say?
that, and Biden said it was sweet.
Biden said it was really nice. Do you think that's real, or Biden is just like, it's not, I don't want to do this division shit? He wrote a letter, it was nice. Let's not even do this.
I think he wrote a letter.
What do you think he said in it? You think he wrote it or someone else wrote it?
No, someone else wrote it, and Trump was like, "Yo, call him a bitch," and he was like, "I'm not gonna say that." And he wrote something way
Because
nicer.
apparently, even I don't think this is that big of a deal, but like Melania wouldn't give Biden's wife, I guess Jill Biden, the tour of the White House
This
and
is
every
the
other first lady
dumbest shit
does.
ever. The motherfucker was in the White House the last 8 years.
Yeah,
No,
You
Knows
know
what
the
shit
place?
Look like. You know what I mean? You don't need.
Again,
the tour.
I don't think it's a big deal, but if we're doing the formalities, like, I don't think a letter's that big of a deal.
I
But if
think
we're doing-
Jill didn't want it. She's like, I'm not gonna have this bitch stumble through a fucking tour with a stupid accent, barely knows any fucking English.
This is the painting.
This is the oval room office. One of them. No, we can't
old
have
as
that.
fuck. I'm gonna forget this anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever you show me.
Come on, bro. Dr. Jill Biden. Shout out to Dr. Jill. That's Dr. Jill Biden,
Yeah,
bro.
DJ.
That's Dr. Jill, bro. What is she a doctor of again?
It's like education or something.
Yeah. Doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Should we become doctors?
I think we should to get that little bullshit doctorate.
Oh, yo, that'd be nice for me. That would
You're a
mean the most to
doctor of
me.
education.
Oh,
What does
yeah.
that mean? Hey,
Yeah.
kids, sit down. Listen. You're a doctor now?
Yeah. I'm gonna become a doctor.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right. What else?
John Black, did y'all see comedian Corey Holcomb blow up on his friends of over 10 years on his public YouTube show? Or are the funniest
No.
comedians the most sensitive? Have you heard about this?
No.
I have not either.
Ah, man. Corey was so fucking funny, man.
I know,
what happened,
dog.
man?
I don't know. I just know Corey will go nuts on Twitter. And I'm just like, yo, this motherfucker cares less than anybody I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, man. That would make me sad.
But the second question is interesting. Are the funniest comedians the most sensitive? I would think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Because so much of humor is a defense mechanism.
You need a level of sensitivity. Yeah, I think you need a level of sensitivity in order to like evoke the emotions, to like have a really great bit about something. Like
Yeah.
you need to be passionate about it, but you also need to have a level of numbness to deal with the criticism that you get at the highest level.
Yeah. Sensitive in what way? I guess that'd be my question. You know what I mean? Like,
I think in terms of like, if you make fun of me, I'm going to come right back on you because I'm sensitive. So this is how I got this nice at it, is it actually hurts my feelings. So bang, bang, bang.
oh,
bang.
like on some Jordan shit.
Like I think if somebody like Patrice built up such a shell that he was like invincible, but if somebody found his weak point and went at it, yeah, I think it would fucking crush him.
yeah,
Would
I
have
think,
crushed
yeah.
him.
Yeah, it could be.
I see. I mean, that's like some Jordan shit. Like,
Yeah.
he was like, I'm gonna be the best because I'm sensitive about shit people do around me or whatever. But yeah.
Yo, Deliver is telling me about my fucking hero if we're doing the next question.
Okay, I actually had a
Go
thought
ahead.
that I wanted to
Go
share.
ahead, do it.
I think that serial killers are good for the economy.
Hit it.
Serial killer comes around.
Mhm.
This is back in the day. Guns are going through the roof. Everybody buying a gun. Locks for your apartment. Everybody buying a lock.
Yep.
Buying bats. Buying knives. Putting security equipment all over their places. Right? You're not staying home because that's where the Richard Ramirez is going to come break into your house. You out, you partying, you loving the night. You know what I mean? You're out drinking. You're going to restaurants. Home is dangerous. You got to go out and spend money. If America is going through a real economic recession,
What do we need?
I think we need a serial killer. I think we need to bring it back.
I like that.
I'm just saying, you want to get people to go out there and spend, we need to start killing.
And
But
Biden,
if you got
yeah.
the guns and the security system, you're safer at home than you are anywhere else. Wouldn't you be like, yo, I'm not leaving?
This is a different level of Richard Ramirez that we're
Yeah,
going
bro.
to deal
You
with.
haven't
in
seen Night
2022.
Stalker, bro. You haven't seen Night Stalker.
You
That's
haven't
what-
seen it. You haven't seen it, bro.
Is
You
that
need
what-
to see
is
it.
that what Son of
need
Summer
to-
Sam is?
You need
No.
to talk about the type of serial killer you're talking about because
Okay.
all other serial killers killed the person outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You- you're talking about Night
everybody would
Stalkers.
stay in their house if
That was my first thought.
Okay, so maybe that's how you get people to quarantine.
Yep.
I'm just saying, serial killers can be very productive.
Yes.
You have to learn how to use them, how to market them. You
gotta know how to spin.
That's it. You gotta know how to spin. If I was a gun company, I would release a serial killer out into the open.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're Smith and Wesson,
NRA?
stock goes through the roof. NRA needs a serial killer. They're bankrupt.
100%.
It's because we haven't had a serial killer in years.
Yeah. Yo, that's
So-
another thing. You think school shootings go up?
Wait a minute. What's
And-
this?
And you think in the new like administration, there's more school shootings?
Why?
I don't know. Just change it up. Like last 4 years, there's like on some conspiracy shit.
No, but there was no school shootings because there was no school.
I mean, but like, were there school shootings
There were
in,
still
like,
so many mass murders. We were all just numb to it.
In
I remember us talking
2017?
about this.
What happened? That was the last one?
when was the last school shooting?
I don't know. We got numb to mass murders to the point that we were just like, I remember us being like, yeah, we just kind of come in and this is like,
yeah,
this is
we
what
got
it is.
numb to it.
Nah, I think Trump stopped school shootings, bro.
He might have stopped school shootings.
Drain
I think
swamp.
Dr. Jill's about to run it back, bro.
Dr. Jill?
Biden and Dr. Jill. Bro.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
Whoa, dude. Jack and Jill? Isn't Jack short for Joseph?
Yeah.
No,
It
I think
is.
it's John. John Kennedy, Jack.
Oh, fuck, yes.
Fuck.
I don't even know. That's the
almost
stupidest
Jack and
one ever,
Jill.
though, because John and Jack, same number of letters.
Yeah.
Same number of syllables. What you doing?
Jack and Jill went up the hill to crush a pill of Blue Chew.
Yeah.
Down they came, and her
She
pussy was never the same.
But yeah, I think we need more serial killers.
I think, no, listen,
Nah, there
you
was
can use a
mad
serial
school
killer.
shootings.
Say what?
There was mad school
There was mad
shootings.
school shootings, bro.
I
Just
didn't-
because you're not organizing them anymore don't mean they stop.
I didn't check the
Fucking
dates anymore.
lunatic over
Mad
here, bro.
school shootings.
I
Him and
forgot.
his boys just stopped shooting up schools for a
Yeah.
few days.
I
bro.
didn't look at the numbers, all right?
Son, all them shits happen around you in Orlando too.
It's true,
That
yeah.
nightclub you used
Pulse?
to go to got shot up.
Pulse,
That
yeah.
was the
Yeah, we used to
Yep.
sneak in back in the day.
Remember that shit when you were smoking poles?
Yep.
Do you remember that? Remember them poles you were smoking? But I'm just saying, dude, it's a different time. We might need to get it cracking again with a serial killer. At what point do serial killer documentaries become so profitable for Netflix that they start producing serial killers that they can then make documentaries about later on?
And then make a documentary about making a documentary and releasing serial killers.
Oh,
Holy shit, Akash.
Bruh.
Yeah.
You get someone to expose themselves. Oh my God, that's brilliant.
yeah, it's free money.
I think that this is happening, dude. I think this is happening right now, right in front of our very eyes. This
Yeah.
is new QAnon.
Just forget the presidency. Just become a serial killer.
You are right, Al.
Shit,
Yeah.
you could affect way more change.
We're not trying to
Yeah.
affect change, yo. We're just trying to win.
Also,
To
shit is
prove a point.
mad messy, bro.
So he
Being a
gotta-
serial killer
so he
hard.
gotta
Being
kill
president
the most
mad
people so that
easy.
he's top serial killer.
Yeah, but I don't
Show
want to
him
be
how
top
easy it is.
serial killer, bro. It's just too much. Like, ugh.
Nah, you got to go Ted Kaczynski with it. Just a
Oh, just one time bop 'em.
Unabomber,
Just go bop.
and then you just send some bombs out, like,
Why was he the Unabomber?
because I think he bombed universities.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I thought he was just him. I was like, yeah, it's just one guy.
unicycle, duh.
Just one
Yeah.
guy, bro. He's just out here bombing.
I thought he bombed the hospital.
I don't know. I
I
think
know
it
a
was
couple
like
comics that are Unabombers. That's the case.
Yo, we need to start calling shitty comics and our friends the Unabomber.
Oh, I'm into
bro.
Yeah,
it,
bro.
I'm into it.
the old Ted Kaczynski, dog.
Bro, real talk. That would describe my college shows, though, if it is University Bomber, man.
God, nothing's worse than college. You know who you agree with about that, actually?
Who's that?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Fine, this motherfucker. Broken clock is right twice a day.
Which I never got that saying when I was younger because I thought broken meant it was off time. I didn't realize when they said broken, they meant not moving.
Yeah.
So I was like, a broken clock, if it's off time or if it's moving too fast, then it's never right.
Why would you tell us that?
Because I never liked that saying. There's all these sayings. I think
But it makes
mad
perfect
dumb.
sense. You were just a fucking child who didn't know what a broken clock was.
No,
Yeah.
well, a broken clock can mean it's
Fucking
moving
idiot.
mad
Why
slow.
would it
Even if
spin
it was
faster or
moving
slower?
fast or slow, it's still going to be right.
Yeah, at one point in time during the day, it's going to hit the exact right time.
What if it moves perfectly right behind that time? But it's kind of fast and slow.
And then it's
That's
gonna
not a
be
broken
Can't
clock.
be
slow.
fast and slow if it's moving perfectly below that time.
I'm
Then
gonna
it's just
make
a
you a
clock that's
clock.
5 minutes slow.
I'm gonna make a broken
then you
clock
didn't
that's
set
never
your
right.
clock.
I will make you a broken clock that's never right. I think you could do it.
No, you can't.
All right.
That's white
I
privilege.
think you can.
That is white privilege. You just get to make clocks.
Yeah.
Not get arrested
Yeah,
and have
yeah.
to go
What's
to
that
fucking
like?
Yeah, when you're the
Abu Dhabi.
president of
What's
the
that
Cayman
like?
Islands, you can do a lot of shit.
know
All
what I
right,
mean?
so leave me alone.
You get to make clocks without being arrested and then getting a scholarship that you don't deserve.
All right, holler at our man D Liver. Let's see this.
Yo, Akash, get your cousin, yo. Aditya Singh, 36. That's very close to me. Living in O'Hare for 3 months until he was finally arrested. I know Indians are cheap, but damn, son. 3 months rent-free in an airport. This
Oh, he
guy's
was
my
Indian?
hero, yo.
What is this?
An Indian guy lived in O'Hare for 3 months, just lived there. Fucking the terminal type thing.
Okay.
And then he finally got arrested. There's a link to an article that I obviously did not read. But I've worshipped this guy just off of the amount of rent I almost had to eat.
Yo,
I'm
guy
mad
great, bro.
confused.
this is a crazy story. I didn't realize the guy was Indian.
You've heard this story.
Yeah. So basically, they just found a guy in O'Hare that's just living in the airport. He's like showering in the bathroom,
Yeah.
sleeping in the terminal, like
What's wrong with that?
just kind of walking around in the. He's homeless, like just kind of just like finessing in the airport.
Yeah.
And they arrest him and they go, "Why didn't like he had a ticket to get in?" And they're like, why didn't you leave? And he was like, man, I was afraid of Corona. That's what he said his explanation was. He's like,
Where'd he sleep?
like in the terminal, like as if he was like waiting for a flight the next day.
Where'd he get the money to eat?
I don't know about that.
You seen
This
the
is a
terminal?
George Clooney movie, isn't it?
The Terminal, nah, it's
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, Victor Navorsky.
What is that?
That movie fire as fuck. Y'all should watch The Terminal. He like figures out how to live in the airport. Some shit happens where his country's like war torn, he can't go back or whatever. for a bit.
How'd you not get that? That was one of the movies you guys listed.
Yeah, I've heard the movie before. I just didn't know it was about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know. It was
Wait,
about-
I got that wrong?
Yeah, you both did.
Oh, I thought we were ganging
You
up
said,
on
you said the wrong guy.
Damn, man. I was ready for a nice little gang up, dude. And then he totally flipped it on me.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's right. It's not Clooney. It's
Son,
it's
Miami-Dade, you finna have a new resident. I'll tell you that shit right now.
Let's go. Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
That's I'm gonna be living Miami, the airport.
Oh shit.
3 months rent free. That's exactly what I need.
Yeah.
That's genius, dude. But you got to go in and out. You can't do that without a ticket.
That's the problem.
Fuck.
That's the problem. That's the
Wow,
only
3 months never leaving.
The airport.
Yeah.
Crazy, stankin'.
Just sleeping on like
I
just
mean,
a chair. And
that's
shit.
how I
There's
feel
no
as a-
bed.
What?
Nothing.
What?
So he could do that shit.
I mean, he's Indian. You know what I mean?
What does that mean, bro?
How much more can he stink? You know?
Yeah.
from you, Gagnon.
From you.
I could accept it from them.
But from
I
you.
can accept it from them.
What? Are you crazy?
If you made a joke about Indian stinking, I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
Let
But
Al go.
Gagnon,
Al mad racist and Indians. Go out.
No, I'm just saying this motherfucker's racist as fuck.
What are you talking about?
Yo, but Al loves Indian jokes.
No,
What was
he
he in
does.
there? Probably in there like, no. Al go.
That's his kryptonite, bro.
Al, what was he saying in there? Al, what was he doing, bro? Just unrolling his carpet,
uncontrollable,
taking a
this
little
guy.
fucking nap in there. Al. Where's my gate? Where's my...
Hackier. You gotta go hackier.
get hackier. Get hackier. Sing a line. Yo, you know what he was trying to do? Show the world, probably. Probably.
Come on, bro.
Nah, man.
Come on, Al. Come on. Come on, Al. Al loves his Indian jokes.
Yeah.
So, nah, Drew's bad funny.
What'd he say?
You're just bad funny. You know, like Seinfeld funny.
All right, we got to wrap this up, man. Guys, we'll see you next week. We're going to do an episode, obviously, in New York. And then the end of
Our
next
final
week.
episode in
Final
New York.
episode in New York for a few months.
Ever,
And then we're
probably,
going down there to
forever,
Miami,
probably.
man. So
I
give
know
us.
this motherfucker. I'm gonna sign another lease, and then you'll be like, "No, you know what?
It's gonna
Summer
be nice
here gonna be lit."
Yeah. Anyway, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all so much, man. Akash brought it to my attention that we are not only the #1 comedy podcast on Patreon, we are about to enter the top 5
Rarefied air.
podcasts in general.
Yeah.
No, not even podcasts, just
Patreon accounts.
Just Patreon accounts. We're about to enter the top 5 Patreon accounts in the world. I think we were like 70 patrons away. So that is an absolutely outstanding accomplishment, and it would not be possible if you guys had not
Oh,
spread the word.
shit. Take a
minute.
look.
Wait a minute.
Take
Wait
a
minute.
look.
Wait, we are number 5.
Yo,
We are officially top 5 Patreon in the world. That's not even what I'm saying. When I say Patreon, I'm not talking about podcasts. There are some people who do Patreons for just their video content. Some people do it for classes.
Yeah, some
Who
sluts.
knows? There might be some sluts on there, too.
there are
dude.
sluts.
There may be some sluts. So we are top 5.
Bruh.
That is unbelievable, man. We're coming for that top spot, but we just want to say thank you so much. We're so grateful for you guys spreading the word and like basically saying how dope this experience has been for you guys, and that's why other people are willing to sign up. So thank you so much. We're excited for our new journey in Miami. If you guys have any cool tips, pointers, whatever it is about Miami, please let us know. And yeah, man, just thank you so much. We're so grateful. We will see you guys Tuesday. Peace.
God bless.